What's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a VGC podcast where we go over what's been making waves in the video game VGC scene. I messed it up already. It's a video podcast where we go over what's been making waves in the VGC scene. Today, I'm joined by my co-host Adi. How you doing?
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back. It's good to be here. And last week we had Michael on as well, and I got a comment saying let Michael talk for 3 hours about his run. Alex, they were very upset that we cut Michael off for an hour. So actually, this episode we're just gonna let Michael talk for 2 straight hours. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, that's true. That's what we're here
Let's
for.
go. Wait,
No,
I
Michael
should
Michael
start
let
my
us know
own
right away. He
podcast.
got top four in that tournament and he was ready to be back. So Michael, how you doing?
Yeah, they're doing good. As I said, I should start my own podcast then because then I can yap all I want. No, but
That's what streaming's for.
I'm glad to be
Yeah, you got the
back
Twitch
again.
streams, like.
And
Right.
I do love tuning into Michael's streams regularly, and I recommend you guys do too. He's Michaelderbeste over on Twitch as well, right? Maybe a
Thank
two? Do you have a two, a VGC there? Or are you just Michaelderbeste?
No, it's like Michaelderbeste because the E and L that was too much. Already taken. I
Oh.
got sniped. GG.
Got it. There we go. Perfect.
Did I get it right?
No,
No, this is not him.
The snipe.
Oops.
Yeah,
not actually, Michael.
Shout outs to the wrong one for stealing. Shout outs to this person for stealing this name. Shout outs to Michael for being the second Michaelderbeste. Anyways, we also have Kiran here finishing top 8 in the Milan tour, the Grassroots tour that is the focus of today's episode. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy to be here.
Awesome.
Why did you
awesome.
not mention Regulation F regional champion Kiran Singh?
Oh, so true, so true. Yeah, we might end up getting and diving into that because Regulation F is here in full swing, and this is a show of I guess where the metagame is currently. A lot of people are going to be looking at this one because it had almost 1,000 players or something like that, like a lot of players in this one with some serious prizing on the line. So definitely excited to talk about that one later. But before we get to that, we've got a lot of other stuff to get through, the usual tournament signups and such. And also, got to finish the intro here. So if you're here now, but you aren't going to be able to watch the whole thing, and you'd rather watch this on YouTube, it'll be uploaded on Audie's YouTube channel tomorrow, CK49VGC. If you search that up, that'll get you there. And yeah, otherwise, if you have comments for or questions for either of our guests here or us, do leave them now in the Twitch chat or throughout the episode because I'll keep an eye on it and yeah, we can interact with y'all. But with that said, first up, I just have a link to a mass sign up list of tournaments upcoming because there are in fact so many in the next 2 weeks. Arcanine mentioned that themselves. Yeah, so that means for as far as regionals goes, that's Sydney, Santiago, Seattle, a lot of S's, and then EUIC also coming up, Wave 1 and Wave 2. And so with that though, Kiran, are you doing Sydney?
I am doing Sydney. Yeah, excited for that.
All right. Michael?
February.
Are you doing EOIC though?
No, I can't do EUIC. I have to miss it. I want to,
Ah.
but I mean,
unfortunate.
no. It's
That's
not
tragic. That's tragic. Would have been awesome to see you there, representing Oceania and Australia. But
good.
yeah, Michael, I'm assuming you'll be in that one, UIC, of course, right? And then none of the others?
Probably not.
No, probably not.
Actually,
None of these?
No,
I don't
none of
believe you.
these?
I don't believe you.
Oh, you don't believe me? Okay, then I don't believe myself. But what about you guys? Are you going to Seattle or EOIC, Adi and Alex?
Well,
No.
if I wasn't going to Seattle, I would just be, I don't know, what would I be doing? I mean, it's in
Right.
my city, so that's awesome. Super, super cool. Gonna be the first time I'm ever taking public transport to a regional. That's that's just kind of cool as a concept. Taking the bus. Not either of the other ones. Adi, or not either of the, and any of the others actually. Not UIC either. Adi, go ahead.
So Did I look at flights to Santiago? Absolutely. I will not be going to Santiago. But I will also notably not be going to Seattle because Seattle is of course the very last tournament in Regulation F in theory, and I do not want to be sitting and grinding Regulation F while Champions is out. So EUIC will be my very last Regulation F tournament, but I will be going to EUIC. Very excited for that. I've never been to EUIC before. I've been to London far too many
Wait,
times.
what?
I'm sick and tired of going to London, but yeah, I've never been to EUIC before. So I'm excited.
Now that you mention it,
Good
yeah,
fun.
you're right.
Awesome.
Gotta sign up
Um,
then.
I
Wait,
know
so
that's
I
the scary
think
part is if you don't get into the first wave, then you have to for Americans, you have to wake up at like 2 a.m. to or 4 a.m. I think it's 4 a.m. To try to sign up in wave 2, which is going to be miserable, but we're going to do it. Hopefully we get in wave 1.
just get in wave
Yeah,
one. Just get in
right.
wave one. Really quick, Audie, you said Seattle's probably going to be the last of Reg F.
Houston, right?
I think it goes a month later after that one. Seattle is like Pokemon Day. It's like February 28th stuff.
Oh, my
So
bad. I got the dates
so
wrong.
yeah, all good, all good. But yeah,
Houston is
Houston.
going to be the last one, right?
Yeah.
Is it the last one for NA or last in general?
I think last in general.
Ah,
Like there's no in EU. Actually, no. Seville. Seville is literally 29th of March.
Of March.
Seville will
Okay.
be the last one in
Got it.
Europe.
Got it. Honestly, though, Audie, I think your reason doesn't need to change because if you don't want to be playing late Regulation F, especially if there's a chance that Pokemon Champions is out at the time, 100% understandable. Totally get it. And then
Yeah,
as
just
far
because
as EUIC goes, so yeah, a lot of tournaments coming up. If you're going to any of these, make sure you set your set your alarm, whatever, to make sure that you don't miss those signups. And
EUIC
yeah, for
especially notably will sign up immediately because this one caps instantly every single time. And I
Yeah.
know a lot of people were complaining they didn't get in last year and probably the year before that too.
Yeah, the year before.
I also don't know what the signups for Sydney looks like, but Kiran, do Australian tournaments normally cap pretty early? Because I know they have pretty small
Nah,
capacity.
like they don't usually like cap straight away. Like it'll usually be like a few weeks or a month. Sometimes they'll like distribute more or less slots based on how many people sign up. But like, yeah. But still,
Got it.
it's better to just sign up straight away if you know that you're going. There's no point risking it. I'll be signing up on the hour.
Speaking of
And, like-
which,
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Okay, no. Speaking of Sydney and Santiago, it's pretty cool. I just wanted to mention that because I think it was never mentioned here before. But Oceania and also Latin America now feature streams as well, and they are also pretty well made. At least the last region in Oceania, as well as the last region in Latam. I think Buenos Aires was it in Latam, and in Australia it was. Perth?
Brisbane.
No,
Brisbane.
Brisbane. Thank you. We lost the 50. Yeah, that was pretty cool to watch. So yeah, you can also watch it as a viewer. Hopefully, we don't know, but maybe.
Yeah, Sydney should be streamed from what I've heard, almost definitely.
Nice.
But we don't know
Awesome.
until they make the announcement, obviously.
Very excited for that. Yeah, Audie went and linked the
I linked the OCE Pokemon VGC YouTube channel. I know they have a Twitch channel as well where they stream the tournaments, but really want to give them a big shout out. It's a shame. I was telling this to Kiran when we were hanging out at Vegas, but it's a real shame that Oceania does not get more attention, does not get official streams because their tournaments are some of the most fun. Australian players are known for bringing some of the craziest teams. Just look at every week we go through the Australian teams. They're always so crazy. And then on top of that, you also have some of the best players from Southeast Asia and from Japan and China all coming in to these tournaments and invading. And so you just get to see like legitimately some of the best players in the world from Japan who you don't otherwise get to see other than basically the world championships compete at these tournaments. So I'm really glad that we now get to see them on stream. We get to see what they bring to the table. It's just going to be some really hype matches. And I hope that OCE Pokemon gets the Victory Road treatment where they to kind of prove themselves and get legitimized and get to actually be the official host of these tournaments and get a lot more attention that way because they're doing some really awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's not actually OCE Pokemon, like this YouTube channel behind getting the streams, but they just they provide the VODs to OCE Pokemon to post it. It's like it's independent of that sort of. There's
Okay.
no
Who should I
there's
be
no
linking?
actual like name for the body yet.
Okay.
But yeah,
Got
that's
it.
where they get all the VODs and they exactly.
Yeah, I think
That's
the Twitch channel is called. Wait, no, that was the one for Latam.
think it was
There's like
called
Play
Oceania
Latam
VG.
OP and Oceania. Yeah, that's the one for Oceania, right?
Oceania
Mhm.
VG or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
VG.
Oceania
Okay.
VG. Yeah.
Awesome.
Uh,
Yeah, so I was gonna say just make sure to sign up for these all pretty much like right away because the refund policy as well is really generous now, and so you don't want to be left behind if something does fill up when you had the opportunity. So don't risk it. And for UIC, get ready to drop 113 US is what everybody's telling me. I went and looked it up myself, and sure enough, that's what the math was saying. Because that's not what it's not that's pounds, right? That's
Yep.
Yeah, that's pounds.
yeah,
That's also 100 euros, I think, for Europeans or most
100
Europeans.
euros.
Crazy.
Are you
That's
excited?
lots of-
Who's excited? I guess Audie, you're probably the most excited, considering you're the only person here so far that's like knows they're going, right? So
Well, yeah, assuming I get in, and
yes,
you're wondering why is this so many dollars on top of the $85 entry fee? Is because the pound is devalued compared to the US dollar is devalued compared to the pound in the last 6 months. So, anyways,
Yeah,
I wonder
believe-
if our
Sorry,
go
I
ahead.
didn't want to cut you off.
I don't need to talk about politics anymore. I do this every stream. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say I believe what Marco said about it is actually true. We have to play 13 rounds probably in EUAC now, which means extra bucks. No, that's not the case, but it will be
I would
interesting.
pay
right?
more to play less rounds in a tournament, to be honest.
Right. But yeah, it will probably be the only tournament, maybe NAIC as well, that will feature 13 rounds in this season, which is also interesting to note.
Yeah, that's
pretty
gonna
cool.
be insane to play through. Just so much Pokemon. But this is what we asked for. We kept saying just one more Swiss round, please. Just one more Swiss round, please. It's gonna be so balanced. It's gonna fix all of the tournament structures. And I mean, so far I think it's been good. So
Listen, at the end of the day, it's the same
Yeah.
number of rounds per day as
It
a
is.
as a 14 round as a 12 round regional because the finals is not played on the same day. So it's really the same thing. It's no different.
Nah, I don't. But imagine you just go 6-2, you make day 2, and then you have to go 5-0. I mean, it was not that much different back then when we had 14 rounds, but I mean,
Yeah, a lot of the time
Still.
it just like we said that the extra Swiss round basically just eats the top 32 round instead becoming the top 16 round, or you move on to the
Yeah.
top 16 round afterwards. So it's not that different, except some of the people that are already out of the tournament get to play one more round to maybe change their position prize wise. Yeah, and points wise, whatever else may apply. So yeah, we're actually not done in terms. I think this was it for official registrations. Victory Road hosting one this coming weekend. Looks like another VR challenge. So always good. We'll definitely be talking about the results of that one because they always have large metagame impacts.
Did they
looking forward to that.
increase the price? No, the entry fee as well? No.
No,
was
I
it
think
No,
that's
only-
what it's been.
that,
I think
this year it's just been more because of the finals, the
You
victory.
got it.
What's it called? Like the
the
winners going to
invitational.
the invitational. Yeah.
it might not. Well, maybe it's not an invitational because I think it's open entry, but the extra.
Yeah, but
You
money-
like
get something for winning one of the tournaments. Like you get like lots of buys, I
buy?
think.
Yeah, you
Maybe a
get
buy.
you skip
Like
to
lots
phase
of
2
buys.
actually. Like
Yeah.
you skip day 1 technically. It's like a
Yeah.
2-phase tournament.
Yo, it's like
and
a throwback
all the winners.
to the
Yeah.
old
I think
style.
Yeah.
someone was telling me you only need to win like 2 rounds to get money if you have the invite, so it's not bad.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like we said, this is always extra incentive to go play in these and win them because that's some serious. It's nice to win these just to get the prize money on its own and the glory associated with it, but it gives you a serious leg up on the competition in that summer tournament next year.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, no, SkyMax. I think that's what we're talking about. The VR. It's going to be next summer. I think it is like free entry. That one later. It might be. Small Gun's doing a old gen thing. I'll be honest, I didn't read a single thing about this, even though this totally applies to me being a VGC boomer who's played like most of these formats. I'm not going to be participating in this one, but this one is Small Gun's doing a bunch of old formats, which is always exciting. It's cool to like give because I mean, at the end of the day, when a format ends, for all intents and purposes, like it does just kind of like die. Like the whole player base is just kind of killed off. We don't really ever do official like big tournaments, so it's fun when we have these opportunities to relive some old VGC. And so yeah, Small Gun, I don't know, is doing what's the structure of this one? Actually, I gotta double check.
There,
6 different tournaments. So and then there's playoffs.
Yep.
So, yeah. Sorry.
Notably, these are going to be Small Gun style tournaments, which means that they are not Swiss. They are going to be double elim tours, and they are going to be not live tournaments. They're going to be week by week, so you have a week to schedule your match. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to play in all of these, but I do intend to sign up for the 2017 one that starts in January. Because I love that format.
And I will play.
Let me know one
I can
thing
beat you
though,
teams,
Adi. Do I pick
What's
a
up?
team and stick to it for the whole thing?
No.
Or do I change?
You
All right,
can't
I'm
pick
out.
a
Goodbye.
team.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
That is the one downside.
I'm not gonna play that. No, the reason I don't play team tours and World Cup and all that
You gotta
stuff is
metagame.
because I just don't like. I want to play my team that I want to use, and then when somebody's like, "Oh, Alex likes to play this, let's just build a counter team to it and then beat him," and I'm like, that's so lame.
Right.
That's not me.
Yeah,
That's not
it's
for
part
me.
of the fun metagaming though. It's part of the
It
fun.
is. Like I will not detract from it being other people's fun. That I think is totally
Yeah,
real,
that's
and
valid. That's valid.
I think it makes
I also like
you a more well-rounded
both of-
player in general. But it's just not what I'm looking for personally.
Valid.
Yeah,
It's
I
good,
also
yeah.
agree. You go ahead, Kiran, sorry.
No, you go. You go. I was just
Michael,
gonna say
okay.
it's good practice, like to just improve, like if you play like if you're used to playing like one team like the whole format, it's good practice to kind of get more breadth of play styles and
Right.
also learn what feels good for your regionals coming up or whatever. But yeah, it's also time commitment and yeah, it can feel a bit punching sometimes.
Right. I'm a little confused that you don't like it, Alex, because I think on the streams you always play different teams, right? Whenever you
That's
stream
true.
and I tune in, it's different teams. So that's not that much different, right? So you can just play different teams and be fine. But
yeah.
they are very time consuming though. Like one of the tournaments, as you can see, like it's written there January through March, so it's 2 months. But as Adi already said, it's like one best of 3 per week. Which is doable. It's on Showdown, by the way. It's not in game. Before anybody thinks it's in game, it is on Showdown. Maybe should have highlighted that as well. But yeah. And then like the best players, like you get points based on how you perform, and then I think it's like best 8 or best 16 will play playoffs where you will play best of 5 matches in all formats technically, which is also exciting because then you have to play like completely different formats at the same time.
That's fun. That's fun. Well, you have to play the matches at the same time. You have to make like multiple selections during 45 seconds. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, yeah. Okay. I was like, wait a sec. Nah.
Nah. That's cool though. That's
Why is
cool.
it
I was
called
kind of curious.
XY Cup 2015? Wasn't 2015 Oras?
There's one per generation.
Yeah,
Okay,
but still,
okay.
but should it not be called
I
XY
see.
Cup
I think it should be
2014?
Oras. I think it should be or
Yeah.
XY Cup 2014 or Oras 20 Oras Cup.
Oh wait,
2015.
no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that is a little confusing, but yeah, it should just be like it should be called generations or something like that. But
I mean, there's a difference in generations, right? Like Black White 2, and XY and Auras. Like I think there's actually a big difference between generations as well.
yeah, for sure. We just now our generations are just single games because we haven't been getting like serious remakes anymore. Like I don't know, Legends Arceus is a different style of remake. It doesn't
Yeah,
really
right.
have VGC implications. But back then, we played VGC on X and Y, and then VGC on ORS, and I guess way back then we played like VGC on Diamond and Pearl, and then on Heart Gold Soul Silver. My memory's a little foggy on that one, so that's a little too far back for me.
Right.
It was some, at a certain point, it wasn't even called. It was actually called VGS, Video Game Showdown, not to be confused with Pokemon Showdown. Pokemon Showdown didn't exist yet. Yeah,
Right.
really, really
Speaking
far
of
back
which,
stuff.
like just a little sidetrack, would you all tell
Yes.
me when you guys started playing?
2014 for me. I started with the release of X and Y. I was like, I could start like actually doing serious like stuff now, and so basically started playing in 2014 when X and Y made it easier to like get Pokemon in game and stuff.
Somewhat, at least. Yeah. What
Somewhat.
about you, Kiran?
For me, well, the first like format I ever played was 2016, but then I didn't play for like 6 years after that. So technically 2016. Yeah, I played seniors.
Got it.
Right.
It's hard to pinpoint a date because I got into competitive Pokemon in Platinum OU in 2009. My Smogon account is dated 2009. I took a long break and I got back into the game. I learned about VGC and I started like playing in online VGC tournaments in 2014, right after Alex Aglozo won nationals. So the first tournament I got to watch was the Pachirisu Worlds, which is cool.
Right.
And then I ended up actually being able to go to tournaments for the first time in 2017. So I started post Worlds 2017.
Oh, that's still quite like almost a decade now. Only Anks here.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
I've been playing competitive Pokemon for over half my life. It'll be year 17 of my Smogon account. It's been 16 years so far.
When are
I
we
would
getting
be
the
proud
Unks
of that.
division?
Anks division, right? You talked about it. What was it? 30 plus?
30 and
Or
over,
like
30 and over. But don't worry, the 30 and over players are still doing fine. They're still able to win worlds, still able to win regionals. So yeah, we're chilling.
Yeah.
Chill. But yeah, talking about other online tournaments, we were just talking about those team tournaments, and in fact, Michael, Kiran, you both were playing in this team tournament. Ali, were you playing in?
I was too. I was on Team
Okay,
India.
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. How far did India go? I really don't keep up with
So
World Cup. I don't see them.
big shout outs to Kiran, by the way, for waking up at I think 8 a.m. to do this podcast, which is something that not everyone on Team India is capable of doing.
No.
We got knocked out to Greece.
Shade,
We got
Damn.
knocked out to Greece and we lost a game against Greece because one of our players overslept their match. So that might have been the difference maker. Yeah.
But you could not
Uh,
sub someone in time.
So Victory Road does not really have sub rules. You have to like declare your sub before Friday for there to be allowed to sub, which is
right.
ridiculous.
I saw that.
So even though we had subs available, we couldn't sub.
Oh,
Brutal.
sucks.
Brutal. So we're now all the way to the top 4 here in this, and Germany got oh wait, is that not top 8? Is that top 16 for Germany?
No.
Yeah, we got
Germany
eliminated
got
in top 16 by Argentina. 3 and 4 was a close set, but
Yeah.
I thought you guys were going to run really deep.
The problem for us was really that it was on the like we were forced to play on the same weekend. We were also
Stuttgart.
playing Stuttgart regionals, and Stuttgart regionals happened in regulation H, and this round we had to play in regulation F. So preparation was the worst. Like it was super messy, especially because everybody technically arrived on Friday already in Stuttgart. So 3 days of prep gone, and yeah, I don't want to search for excuses, but it definitely didn't help us that we had this ongoing.
Right.
They played well from what I could tell, and yeah, just hurts. Like we had, like since I played, we made top 8, lost to Japan, top 8, lost to Japan, and now top 16, lost to Argentina. At least we made playoffs every time, but.
And meanwhile, Kieran, you guys are still going. You beat France and then
Still
Hong
going.
Kong, and now you're playing against Japan. That's ongoing, I'm guessing. Yeah, no games for that one has been played yet. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
we got
just
some
started.
really exciting matches this week against Japan. I think 5 out of 7 of them will be streamed on the Victory Road stream, and I know Japan
Nice.
does like their own streams for the ones that aren't on the Victory Road stream, so people will have opportunity to watch. But yeah, we're really excited to play Japan, play some.
Oh, you're playing against
Get some good
Shoma.
games.
I'm gonna have to do
Yes.
one quick little call out, and that is, why did you bench the GOAT? I do know that the GOAT plays for your team. And the GOAT's benched.
Matthew Henry. Do you know why
Yes, of
Matthew Henry is benched? Because he had a
No,
team
I.
sheet error last week and he lost.
Oh yeah, I saw
No,
that. I
my
reacted to it
goodness.
and I was like, Matthew, come on, bro, come
He,
on, what happened?
he won game 1 and then he forfeited on like the locked game turn, and we were like watching while he was deafened in Discord, and we were just like so confused why he just forfeited, and then we look in like the Australia what was it, Hong Kong chat, and then we were like, oh my god, Matthew.
No. Oh,
But
so
what was the
he.
team sheet? Was it a big
Okay.
one or was
He
it
had
like?
it had no impact on the first game, but like, you know, that's the rules. It was like that he had Sugarberry on the team sheet on his Incineroar, but he actually had Citrus Berry.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah. No, my policy has always been that like any team sheet error, whenever it's caught, it's just execution. Unfortunately, I do think it's just like a beheading. Like you have to be taken out back and shot because it's completely ruined the whole tournament's integrity for everybody. And so I do believe in the harshest penalties for all team sheet errors. No, jokes aside though. These are a lot of exciting matches, a lot of strong Japanese players that I'd be excited to see in action. Like especially for people who don't know like all the Japanese players like real names. If you know them better by usernames, what we got like Zine. I think what Shoma's Shavier, right? And then
Yep.
Yeah,
Kinagawa.
that's
Kinagawa, I
yeah.
think just goes by Kinagawa. But also,
Yeah,
if you don't know who
Kiran
Kinagawa is, you
Seagull,
should know. You
technically,
should.
but yeah.
Shunsuke is Rizabeth, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Elizabeth.
And then Yuta, second place at Worlds, beat Trick Room, and then Joji is Suika, who I don't know. I thought he was Australian.
We tried to
Right.
get him
I
on
mean,
Team Australia, but he decided to betray us and go to Team Japan.
The
is
worst. The
Lewis
worst.
originally Japanese, or am I mistaken?
Lewis is, I'm not certain. He's lived in Australia his whole life, but I'm not certain
Got it.
Oh, okay.
what his ethnicity goes back to somewhere. Yeah.
Dude, is
I
Nick
don't
fired
think
up then?
Japanese. I don't think
Is
Japanese.
Nick fired up to beat Suika for
Yeah,
Australia?
it's pretty funny having to play someone in region in the semi-finals of the World Cup.
Love that.
No, that'll be a fun match to watch for sure.
I
Awesome.
think
Awesome.
Nick and Suika also both finished top 4 in Brisbane, right? They did not
They-
make it to finals, but
Suika did top 8, and then Nick did
Oh.
top 4.
right.
Yes.
Mhm,
But they
mhm.
did not play each other, right? That
They
would
played
be
each other in the
hilarious.
last round of Swiss, actually.
Oh,
They
okay,
both had-
that's exciting.
The
Yeah.
other side, we got
And it's just
Spain versus
this
Argentina.
team is so crazy because it's like, I mean, the Japan team, because it's like, who else is on the team? Oh yeah, Hirofumi, he got benched. Kosakide, he got benched. Kiwamu Endo Alcana, he got benched too. Like this team is so ridiculous. They got so many good players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would also favor Japan here. I mean, they beat Italy 5-2 as well, and many consider Italy as the best region, which is also understandable. But like, sorry, Kiran, but if I have to bet on someone, it's probably Japan.
That's okay. We're here to prove people wrong.
Exactly,
Australians have
the
been doing
underdog
really,
mindset is better.
Yeah, they've been doing really well lately. They're scary. They're scary. So that's definitely really exciting. Tune into those on Victory Road. And I gotta say, like in terms of like somebody who has no stakes in this, I don't give a shit what happens in this tournament at all. I think that this is like I actually have been looking at this website in the past week because it's like, oh, actually they've been playing Reg F. Like there's just decent metagame implications about the matches being played here. Whether it's even if it's just two people net decking a team, you know, just like okay, Nils' team was stolen by this player over here, and Oliver stole the Snow team, and the Snow team came out on top. You know, I mean, I maybe if I wanted to know more about like the match, I might go try to find the VOD or something like that. But it's just like it's still good to start to understand and remember what the metagame was like in Regulation F and how different teams stack up against each other. And this is like, you know, these are strong players taking the match very seriously. So it's like, you know, instead of, you know, it being you playing round one against somebody who finishes the regional 1-7 or something like that. Like these are all players who are, you know, playing their best to represent their country. So this is these are like high stakes matches basically right off the rip there. So yeah, really
Also,
really
I have to shout out fun fact about Team Australia is if you go into
Yes.
the player stats, we have the 3 most winning players in the tournament right now. Wait, go up?
Yeah, because you had to play the extra round, okay, guys?
Hey,
Like,
hey.
yeah,
It's still
yeah.
the stats don't lie, Michael. The stats don't lie.
Okay. I don't want to take that away from you.
Okay, but Toro seems to be the GOAT currently for games won or something like that. What is this? Where do I need to click? Oh, here we go. Player. I see. It's just right
Yeah,
there.
like full ranking, and then like you can filter after winning percentage, and it's hilarious that people will win with some really stupid stuff, and yeah, it's kind of funny.
Also, Power in the chat here says, guys, what's a grassroots tour? We haven't quite gotten to talking about the Balan tour. If you're curious, I don't know if you're asking genuinely or not, but a grassroots tour is basically just not run by official organizers. So Victory Road is grassroots as well, even though they're borderline, official associations. They're still grassroots. This is definitely a grassroots tournament. All those other ones that are run by members of the community, whether it's like Nino, Tommy, whoever, yeah.
I think the
So
only online tournaments that do not count as grassroots are the GCs and the Players Cup, right? I think that's the only ones. And
yes.
maybe like, yeah, no, that should be the only ones. Also, interesting fact about the World Cup is that we have 4 different continents left in the World Cup, with Spain representing Europe, Argentina representing LATAM, Australia representing Oceania, and Japan representing Asia. Just an interesting fun fact as well.
And I still washed. Yep. Love to hear it. Love to see it.
That's not what I said, but it's a fact.
Yeah. We're not one of the major regions. Don't worry about us. Okay. What do we have next? Oh, yes. So let's go ahead and start talking about the Balan Tour. I just had this one up really quick because we were talking about this before we got started. A lot of people were tossing around like, biggest online tournament or something like that. And so we were reminded of the Champions Cup that Wolf and A Drive put together back in the Sword and Shield era, won by Fevzi over Edu in the finals. And yeah, where's that player number? Am I missing it somewhere? I
You
swear
passed it. It's on the right.
It's
on the,
yeah.
I see the
1494
prize.
underneath the links.
Oh, it's not the prize.
Yeah, like
under the... Oh, yes, right there.
it's
Thank you.
yeah.
1494. Okay, yeah, 1494. Pretty crazy. This might also be the number of signups and not actually the people that played, but I don't know. With our usual like no-show rate, I can't imagine it dipped well below 1,000. Like that's not expected. So this has definitely got to be still the biggest one. But that said, this one 1,500 prize pool, and that was definitely really exciting. Definitely really bringing people out. Maybe more like 1,300 as the we'll get into it. Maybe we get that stuff out of the way so we could just talk about the tournament results without distraction. Because
I think so. I think we should
yes.
we should talk about the drama around the tournament, and then we could talk about the teams, because I do want to talk about all the metagame impacts. But there was some drama around it, and I got sucked into a Twitter conversation about it. So I do want to address everything that's going on. And so basically, obviously, you see in this title, $1,500 tournament. In the description, it doesn't say anything about the cash prizing, and it turns out that they ended up, and they said they posted this in the Discord, except someone else tweeted saying the Discord was edited, so we don't know when they updated this. But $1,300 in cash prizing for top 4, and then $200 in store credit for top 8. Kiran, you got top 8. Are you excited about your store credit, and what do you plan on buying with your store credit?
I'm not too excited about the store credit because I already gave it away to someone.
You're so nice.
Yeah. So notably store credit to the VGC Corner store, which is essentially coaching, which I pointed out in the replies here that like it's kind of ridiculous to give out coaching credit to the top 8 players in a 1,000-player tour. They're the people who probably need coaching the least, right? Like there's a lot of people in this tournament who probably would appreciate the coaching credit, but probably not Kiran. As he said, he gave it away, and he gave it away, it sounds like, to another very accomplished player who is also going to give it away or something like that.
We'll see how many hands it passes through before it gets there. We'll find someone.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that was I don't know. I think that if you're advertising a $1,500 player tour, you should and if you're going to do this, you should definitely at least mention it in the description of the tournament. And Alex, I think if you want to scroll down, you can see my responses and see Brady's response to
sure.
that. Because he said I came across entitled, and he said like people are complaining about pricing, and I do want to give him credit. Like, this is really, I'm very happy this tournament happened. I think it's super, super cool. I love that we have these big grassroots tournaments with big pricing. And he, he's saying that it perpetuates a problem where people get victimized for stepping out of line. But I do just think like this could all be alleviated if you had better communication, is basically what I said. But I also do now want to talk about this because he frames this as something that he's doing. He frames this as like he's giving this out to the community, but and if you scroll one more down, I point out that no, like you're doing this as part of your business model, right? And your customer's trust is worth more than $200, which is what I said at the end of it, right? And for that, I want to go to the other parts of why this tournament was hosted. And to that, I'm going to pass it over to Michael, who has a story to tell.
Right. First of all, I wanted to talk about a little other thing that was a little scuffy about the tournament. It was that in round 2, they never hosted a tournament on Limitless before, and then they had to repair a round, which led to day 1 lasting 10 hours, which was a little unfortunate, but not too bad. Happens if you never hosted a tournament before on that side. But I towards what you said, it's pretty interesting that I performed well. I don't know if they would have did what they did if I did not perform well, but in the end I finished top 4, and the first thing they did was reaching out to me and asking if I should maybe coach for their business as well. And I was like, nah, don't worry about it, I'm good. Like some of you might know that I'm not doing that much coaching currently. But that's for other reasons. And then it's pretty interesting because they really, really, really wanted me to coach. And they said, now you can never get enough people you can coach. We got the people for you. And I was like, yeah, you know what? If I wanted, I could actually get the people, trust me. But they just
Should I
really
pull up the
wanted
image,
me
Michael?
I think like I have no problem with it, but I don't know if they have. So
Sure.
I don't like maybe don't, but yeah.
Sounds good.
Basically, they also kind of wanted to rip me off because they offered me less than my own, like than what I would do with my own coaching, but I still have to follow all their rules. It was just a little weird, honestly, because I did not expect that. Like they said they had an offer, and I was like, yeah, go ahead and tell me. And then the offer was just scuffed, and yeah, I don't know, not the biggest fan.
So,
But
it gets weirder still because they were not just DMing people like Michael who they might want to like do some coaching. They were also reaching out to people in the tournament to ask if they wanted to be the recipient of some coaching.
really?
And
Yeah,
yes, so
we,
that's the one
we are
that
allowed to pull up these logs. Yeah.
yeah, we have this log, which is a lot. This one's really funny. They reached out to it's censored who they actually ended up reaching out to. But they basically said like, great job on getting like top 64 or something in the tournament. Would you be interested in getting some coaching? We could hook you up. And yeah, that's just super, super funny. Like I don't know. It definitely, it gives me a bit of a sour reaction to why this tournament was run. Like I think that it's nice that they ran this tournament in the first place and that there was so much prize money on the line for players to potentially earn, but then to try to like use it to turn
Actually,
this into a business or something, that's just so
No.
bizarre to me.
I disagree. I disagree.
Go ahead, Adi.
I think if you, first off, I think it's awesome that they dropped $1,300, not $1,500, $1,300
100%.
on
I agree.
prize money.
100%.
I think that no one in their right mind is going to do that without expecting some return. This is
That's fair.
like
That's fair.
if you're doing that, you are always doing it as essentially advertisement for your business. And that is why I responded to Brady the way I did, saying that, this is not like out of the goodness of your heart. This is part of your business, and it's a bad look for your business if you are not communicating, if you're just being a little deceptive about how much prize money you're actually giving, if your competitors feel like they're getting shortchanged a little bit, because then you're going to coaches and you're going to players and asking them if they want to get paid, and or want to pay you, and that's where I'm like, your customers' trust is worth something, right? That's my take on that, the $200 pricing. That being said, I think absolutely, if you shell out this much money to host a tournament, you absolutely are entitled to DM people asking if they want coaching. As a result, I think you get one message to the people, and if they don't respond positively, then that probably chill. And this did seem very kind. Like, I don't have a problem with this messaging at all. Yeah, but that being said, I think that like, it personally, I think that if you are going to message 1,000 people and you're giving out $1,000, then the $1 per outreach is probably not a great return investment. And if you want to actually get your word out to more than 1,000 people, usually like 2,500 to 3,000 people on a weekly basis for a lot less money, what you can do is actually you can sponsor tub takes. And we will get your name out to way more people for way fewer costs. Just a heads up to anyone who is interested in doing something like this. But no, but really, like, I wanted to because we were hearing about this, and we were hearing about this from Michael's side, and we were hearing about this from people who competed and were being offered coaching. And I just want to kind of illuminate the full situation and what the business model essentially looks like, which is that they are hosting this tournament to have a way to reach out and attract potential people who might want coaching, and then also going and trying to find coaches and essentially acting as the middleman, getting a commission for each person they refer to coaches, which is totally reasonable. It's a normal business model to take a small cut of the referral fee that you get from people. I don't have a problem with that. I am skeptical of this business model's success, just because we saw something similar with VGC Academy, which did not do well. And having talked to people who went through VGC Academy and had negative reactions to it, I think that some people still have like some skepticism about this as a business model in the VGC community. So this is not personally what I would bet on as a business model in competitive Pokemon. I also think it seems like most coaches are doing quite well for themselves in terms of finding people. At least it seems like Michael is doing, and I know Alex, you're doing pretty well as well. So like, but yeah, so like that, I did want to talk about, all the stuff that's going on, all the stuff that I'm hearing about this tournament and the discussions that I had with Brady on Twitter, just to kind of let everyone know what's going on around this tournament.
I
As
also want
someone
to
who
give
like,
more. Oh, go ahead.
All right,
go,
Kiran,
you
go
go,
ahead.
No, Kieran, you go
I,
ahead.
okay.
I'm the person.
I was
Kiran.
gonna say, as someone who like finished top 8 and like won the store credit, kind of the way that I feel about it is that I knew before I entered that was the top 8 prizing. So when I lost in top 8, I wasn't like, I deserve, money, but it wasn't super well disclosed that was the prizing for top 8. Like, I can't remember where I saw it. Maybe someone just told me, who, like, one of my friends, but I'm not sure if anyone in top 8 was expecting money and received that. Then I can definitely understand how they would be sour about that. But for me, I don't feel any like, I think it's just kind of funny that like you're giving coaching, you're like, we're winning coaching for making top 8 in the tournament. But besides that, I don't feel any like
No, as a concept,
that.
that is pretty comedic, because it's just like, I don't know, that just doesn't really line up, you know? It's kind of backwards, you know? If you did really well, how about we help you do even better? I don't know. I mean, not
You know
that no,
what?
that would not. You know what? And this is no meaning to slam on anybody that wants to get coaching. I've
Yeah.
even myself done a coaching session just to see what it was like, to be on the receiving end of it, because I think everybody could stand to learn from from other players in the scene.
Oh, for sure.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it is still just genuinely very backwards to just be like, I'm just thinking about like Yuta got second at Trick Room, and he's just like, here's a free. He got second at Worlds, and then and he he's getting offered coaching. Like, it's just like, what?
You know what? I also still have 2 cents more to share.
Yeah, go ahead.
First, send it. Like you can share the screen. I think it's all right to be open.
Oh, the one
about
that
it.
you had.
Um, Yeah. And meanwhile, I will also say that I think that the business idea is like not a terrible one, and also as Adi said, like they are doing it for good as well. But I also heard people say they could also offer coaching to like the worst players, but that's not really an option because then people would intentionally throw. So people who suggested that are also not the smartest. So the problem is that you cannot have like the like if you coach the best, it doesn't make sense. If you coach the worst, it doesn't make sense. Like the problem is that you either incentivize throwing, which you shouldn't, or you incentivize like maybe you should not tell like that you get something if you perform bad, and then afterwards, hey, you performed bad. You know what? You can get free coaching. Like
That
maybe that
also
would have been an
it just
option.
also feels a little sour, don't you think? Though that's the weird part. It's like I feel like it
Yeah,
should just be
it's
up to the
not very
person
nice.
to decide if they want to seek
Yeah.
that out or not. It's just kind of like a hey, you didn't quite get there. I can help make you better. And it's like I'm kind of comfortable, getting better on my own. Thanks though. Like that's
Yeah, but
it's a little
People have
weird.
agency to reach out
yeah,
if they
but
want.
I just wanted to say
Exactly.
that that's the problem with offering coaching as a pricing, because we already
It is
said it,
weird.
like giving it to the best doesn't make sense, but it makes no sense to give it to like to anyone, but like reaching out to players and ask if they want to get coaching is personally, at least for me, it's not a terrible thing to do. But I really wonder if they reached out to like over 500 players asking that, because we saw the screen
Right?
earlier. Um, I, I am really curious on how many people got reached out to. Um, but yeah,
Hmm.
just my 2 cents.
Like I said, I actually have no problem with you sending a DM to every player who goes to the tournament, as long as you are okay with them saying no, which it seems like they are totally cool with. Like, um,
Yeah.
like again, $1 per engagement is actually a pretty bad rate of return. Like, it's not great. In terms of what you get from other advertising methods. So like,
Sure.
I don't think that yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all, personally.
Right,
And I
right.
honestly,
No,
like,
that's
I
fine.
hope that like I don't know. Okay, putting my businessman hat on as someone with an MBA whose job is a business manager at a big company. I just don't know where the need for this product is, when I just haven't seen coaches struggle to get get students. It just hasn't seemed like something that disconnect exists right now in the VGC community, and I don't know why people keep trying to insert themselves as a middleman in that. Right? Like,
To be
Right,
even
right,
fair,
like
yeah.
maybe they are also I don't know if they are overloaded, like if like they have too many students but not as many coaches to fill, like to fill all their needs. Like they say, you know what, we will get you someone, but then maybe they need someone who can help. Maybe that's was what the idea was behind this, but
Right.
then asking for new students as well is maybe a little contradictory to what I just said. But
Hmm.
yeah, overall, very interesting. Also, I think no coach, as far as I know, no coach is really open about how many people they have and how much time they spend. At least from my perspective.
Hmm.
But I mean, nobody's forced to tell, obviously. But maybe they also expected some like maybe they just didn't know that most of the coaches already are good the way it is. But
Right, right.
that's just my guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna try middleman as like the business, like as a business in Pokemon VGC, like you have to have like some unique value proposition where you have like where there's something that the individual coaches um can't provide, but because of the scale of your business, whatever, you can provide this unique thing so you can take cuts from it. But I just don't see like how you can get that in VGC, and I haven't seen anyone be able to provide that. So
Right,
I don't know. We'll see.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
That being said, like, yes, I am skeptical of the business model. I do love that people are trying new things, that people are trying new models for coaching, seeing what works, seeing what will attract students. Um, it is high risk, right? You are dropping $1,300 on this prize tournament with no guarantee of a return on investment. But yeah, like it is high risk. But like I do respect the hustle. I do respect them going for it. I really have no issues with them reaching out to people individually or reaching out to coaches. And
Same.
yeah. So that's like just to be clear, to separate my complaints of the prize money thing that was not fully disclosed, in my opinion, to the reaching out aspect that I think is I am personally totally cool with, and I wish them the best of luck with.
Sure. Yeah. I think with that though, let's go ahead and get into diving into these results, talking about this tournament because I think it's going to have some decent implications on the Regulation F metagame from here on out. I mean, it's kind of like reminding everybody of the teams that were strong back then and if they're still capable of doing it now. Some new stuff as well. And so yeah, with that, Jude ended up winning the whole tournament with a team that Jude was running back then plenty. If you played a game on Showdown Ladder at any point, you probably encountered Jude using this because he was just always playing. I don't know. Did I play? I did not play in this one. No. Kiran and Michael played, and that's why they're here to be because they both did well. They're going to tell us about their teams in a short moment. But I mean, honestly, we're almost already talking about Kiran's team because Kiran, you use something similar. It's probably a good segue to talking about it. Because yeah, you had the Raging Bolt version of this. I'm not sure how many other major differences there are. I think like what you have knockoff
helping
instead
hand,
of helping hand.
Instant instead of knockoff. Otherwise, did he have Perish
Playing
on?
with Woodhammer.
He does
had
have Perish, yeah. It's just otherwise
Did he
one
have
for one
Horn?
besides Bolt and Hands, right? Or yeah.
No, he had
Yeah.
Horn Leech, I think. Yeah.
He had Horn Leech?
No. Both had. I think both had Woodhammer.
I think he had Woodhammer. I think he had Woodhammer.
Yeah. Both were Woodhammer.
So it's really just Bolt and Instant helping hand.
Yes.
Yeah. Very similar.
So yeah, Kiran, go ahead and tell us about this team. You were using this last time around as well, right?
Yeah, it's the one he won the regional with, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have.
Did you use the one-on-one version, or did you make changes?
Oh, I've made lots of changes to like slight moves and EV spreads over. Even like coming back to Reg F now, I've changed like some moves and EV spreads. But it's the same 6 Pokemon. Like, see, no Sludge Bomb. I had Taunt Ensign. No Electro Web. Horn Leech over Woodhammer, but fundamentally same team. Yeah, it's still good. I was playing mostly other teams when I started playing Reg F because I was preparing. Most of my preparation and play was for World Cup, and I didn't want to use this team because it's very CTable. It's pretty predictable from me. But in between that, I was just messing around with it, and I was winning a lot. So I decided to play in this tour, and the metagame of this tour ended up being pretty favorable towards the team. Like, there's definitely some hard matchups that I had to play, but for the most part, it felt good. Like, it felt like I had lines into everything. Probably the hardest matchup was my winning in. The Focus Energy Hearthflame plus Amoonguss plus Taunt Flutter is really annoying, but I managed to squeak out a win. And yeah, fun fact, I was playing the tour at 12 a.m. it started. So day one was 12 a.m. to 10 a.m. So that was a lot of fun.
Let me ask you then, how did you manage it? Did you get a nap in before, or was it just like a really long late night?
That's the issue with 12 a.m. start because like my friends in like over Eastern Australia, they start at like 3 a.m. sorry. So they could take a nap before, but like I'm not gonna be able to fall asleep at like 8 and like get 4 hours of sleep.
I feel that.
I just thugged it out.
You just tanked it. You just tanked the whole thing.
Oh, I was gonna drop it 2-1, like genuinely. Like I lost my round 3. Like the matchup was like really, really bad. Because he had like Cornerstone,
and your opponent dropped 1 round later. I don't know what that's about, but
and he dropped funny. 1 round later. And then
a lot of people drop with like XO and X1. So
and even after day 1, I was playing like Code Names. I don't know if you know that game with like
my
friends. I got distracted because I was really and then I like forgot to drop, and then the round went up, and I was like, oh, I don't want to finish 2-2. Like, I better just play, and then I just like just kept playing for the rest of the tour.
That's
So
amazing.
that
That's
worked out
amazing.
well.
Accidentally forgot to drop into playing the rest of the tournament and getting top 8 is really funny.
I was so tired. I
That's
was so
insane.
tired. And then I like lost game 1 of round 4, and then I was like kind of pissed off, and I just like locked in, and then
You were like, what am I doing? Why did I
Luckily.
even play this one? Here, but then yeah, like you said, you locked in. That's so awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, you even I don't know, like one of your losses, you lost to the Psy Spam Crown team, Crown Drago, but and managed to beat it. Not the same person,
Yes.
but beat
Sorry,
it.
That's
I
a
had
good
to mention
matchup
it.
for me. Like I shouldn't have lost in
Got it.
Swiss to it. It's a good matchup. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a bit unlucky, and my opponent just played really well. But
Got
we
it.
locked in and beat it in top 16. So
How was the
good.
mirror? Or what's mirror?
And then yeah, ultimately knocked out by the mirror,
Yeah,
basically.
me and Michael got packed up by Jude. Unfortunately, it was a really close set, like really thin margins, bit of RNG on like both
3 games?
sides. It was a crazy set. I wish I recorded that set.
Did it go
Yeah,
to
3
3?
games, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
Say again, sorry. Yeah, it did go to game 3. It was very tight. Both game 1 and game 2, like very tight. Game 3, very tight. Sleep turns and some crits from both sides, some sludge bomb poisons. We both played each other like over 10 times in the mirror, like from showdown or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's good fun. It's actually not the worst mirror to play. I actually kind of enjoy it. So
Wait. I want to
it was
see, because I think I played it myself the other day, and I just want to see if I have a decent understanding of it. Is it some combination of Incin, Amoongus, Wellspring, and Roaring Moon, or is it not?
exactly
Okay.
right. Yeah, you just
Okay,
spam
thank-
sludge bomb until you get the poison, and then
Yes,
you bring in Roaring
yes.
Moon. Once you either risk Roaring Moon coming in, but Incin needs to be on the field, or you bring in Roaring Moon in once they take a KO, and then try and win from there. Yeah.
The
Makes
risk
sense.
is because you can get the wrong boost, right? People, I think, kind of need a reminder on that mechanic. Is that what it is? Or I guess maybe your EV spread works around it. There's always that. But
Yeah, well, in the the issue is that if they have a Moongus on the field, which is pretty much always on the field, you can't kill it with Terraflying Acro if they have Incin in the back, because they just switch it in and Spore.
yeah,
And then
Got it.
even if you have another Pokemon that can like attack the Amoongus, like they get Citrus Berry and then they heal up and then they just don't die. And if your Moon goes to sleep and it's -1 and has 0 turns of sleep, like it's really bad. And yeah, just like fundamentally, you can't ever really lead Roy Moon into Amoongus teams, into Incineroar teams, because if you get intimidated, you get the speed boost.
that's what I was trying to
Amoongus,
ask.
like,
That's what I was trying to
crippled.
ask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it was like the tech with the attack boost, but not very good, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But would you now consider the Raging Bolt version still better than Iron Hands, or are you thinking about like maybe Iron Hands is actually the better one to have like double fake out instead of? I mean, Raging Bolt offers some other insane tools like Snarl and Thunderclap, but what would you say is like the better version now?
I always like having multiple offensive special attacks on a team, because otherwise Incineroar is just really annoying. I don't
So you mean
really
Amoongus
find
and
the
Fluttermane?
extra. Does Amoongus count? So it's 3-3. That's I like 3-3. 4-2's okay if you count, but otherwise like Moon is like crippled by Incin a lot. So having that extra special attacker I value, and it just makes like the Torn matchup like so good. Like into the Iron Crown team, I
Yeah.
played like a Reggie Drago Golden Go Torn team. Like I just spam Electro Web.
And these teams are not good. Like they cannot play against Terra Fairy Bolt.
No,
I
they hate it.
keep saying this, but this like these kind of teams are just bad. Sorry,
Yeah, I mean, you hit him with the Mega Rain. You hit him with the Mega Rain, Michael. You're stupid if you can't see that. Come on, it's obvious.
yeah.
It
So
doesn't-
you have to
it doesn't
position
do as
both
much
your
as you think.
Regidrago and Goldengo in Tailwind without taking any damage. Ah, shut up. No, like I don't know.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. It's not easy.
When I watched World Cup games, I was like, why are people still playing this? But yeah, I also
the
made
guy
a
that I versed in round, he made cut though, so it has to be like. I agree with you. Like, I do not like fundamentally. I have an issue with the team, but was this MDB's
I don't know.
recreation?
This is his
Yeah,
recreation.
I
it
recreated
seems.
your team. I also posted that on YouTube. You think it's good?
Not bad, not bad, not bad. A few things. I mean,
There was
it's not. Yeah. there's nothing like that crazy in the EV sprints.
Yeah, I mean it's just your average balance team. Like what do you expect?
But
A
just like
rowing
one
moon is
more
kind of
comment.
cool. Well, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One more comment on like the bolt versus hands. I like one
Yeah.
thing is like not have you don't this team doesn't have a rock resist, and it has like one Pokemon that outspeeds like
Boulder.
Ogerpon.
Oh,
So like the Iron Hands helps a bit against that. I know the Iron Hands is better into Tinglu Dondozo. I know you versed Jude,
Mhm.
Michael, and he was using the Iron Hands. I watched I think game one of your set on Twitch.
yeah.
So you know there's benefits and there's costs. At the end of the day, it's just like preference and comfort.
So
What matchups you prefer.
Makes
now
sense.
there's two questions in the chat. I wanted to make sure that we got those ones in. Did you end up using Perish ever or no?
I used Perish once when I versed. Oh no, I tried to use Perish, but he forfeited. It was like a
Oh, okay.
raging. It was like versus Raging Bolt, and I really wanted to like win with Perish, so I like Perish, but then he just forfeited. Because if you
Oh,
perish
okay.
against Raging Bolt, they can never win because you're locked into Perish and they just keep thunderclapping and then you die first. So that's pretty
I mean,
funny.
when you cannot win, right?
Well, if you have
No,
enough
you win.
Pokemon, I guess. Wait, what?
Like you need another Pokemon because if your Fluttermane dies first, you will lose, right?
No, isn't it the one that dies?
I think you have
Oh
it
wait, you're
backwards.
right.
I think you have it backwards.
Wait, I have
Yeah.
it backwards. That's so funny.
Well,
I had
you
like
can win if
Did
you
you
have
try
like
to perish?
I forfeited,
Imagine you
by the way.
tried to
That's
perish
so
a bolt,
funny.
and they surrendered, but they would have won if they.
if you
stayed,
have
but
That's
either
you
so
Terra
probably-
Fairy Bolt and you're slower, or your Terra Fairy Amoonguss is slower, those can work it out in the end game. But
That's true.
or if you have
Or
a third
if you-
Pokemon in the back.
Or if your
But into
bolts,
the bolt,
yeah.
it doesn't come up. Like you have a Terra, you want a Terra, like you have Terra Fairy Amoonguss, which can like pin it if they're T
Well,
class.
they should
so-
not bring bolt, right? Or do they bring it? Maybe it's weird against that
They
team.
can bring it if they can force if they have like Half Flame and can like remove the Amoonguss, then it can be good. But generally, they often don't bring it because they have like good fast offensive pieces on those teams usually.
Talking about the strength
I
of this
read a
team.
Terra Fairy Amoonguss, and I'm like, no, I'm not bringing bolt.
Yeah,
But that is like one of my favorite strengths of this team is just how flying coverage does feel very, very strong in the format with how many good grasses there are. And that's often what people are using to check an Amoonguss is to, switch in a Rillaboom or a Hearthflame to be immune to that spore. And Amoonguss can do a bit of it itself with Sludge Bomb, but having acrobatics to just dunk on all these Ogrepons trying to click follow me on a spore so then you can spore your intended target can be really, really difficult to dance around. No pun intended, but yeah, that one's really cool. And then another question for you, Kiran, before we move on here, I think is what did Kiran like about Roaring Moon that convinced him to choose this team? I mean, so you ran this one in this tournament ultimately because you said you were trying a bunch of things, but this one still felt best. But I guess what led you to it originally back then, years ago, if you could place your mind back then?
yeah, I can. Well, I just want to say one more thing about the Perish song. What it's like mainly for answering the
Yes.
first question is like Registeel and Como, which is like really hard to beat.
Sure.
Otherwise,
People running
so
these
that kind
Pokemon?
of helps the matchup
I-
a bit. Say again.
I was wondering, are people running these Pokemon? I will check now how many
No, they were in
Registeel
the
and Como
first
there
part a
were.
little bit.
Wait,
So
we have
maybe
to
you can
check
run like
that now.
Icy Wind on Flutter or Power Gem, but I think I
The-
like
the-
Icy Wind. I used to run Icy Wind.
The tournament had one Registeel, which went 1-1 drop, and
Yes.
there were
One-
9
only
Como.
one. Wow.
So
Registeel was a niche
Yeah.
pick back then. I remember it was like what Desu ran it, so
yeah,
so
Desu
that's
made
a
top 8 in Liverpool
Yeah.
with Registeel
With 4
Crest.
Pokemon.
That
like
was
4 Pokemon
wild.
or something. That was the funny story.
Right.
And then as far as the like why I started playing Roman Balance is well in Reg E I played Roman Balance and I had some good results for it and then with it
Sure.
and then when Reg F came around I was trying stuff, had some cool teams. They felt like good but not great and then like a week before or like 10 days before Melbourne was I can't remember the name of the tournament but it got top 8 and when I saw it I was like this is the team like this is so good because like a big issue in Reg E was like the Torn Ursh matchup the Roy Moon
Yeah.
balance it was always like 40-60 45-55 But having the AV Raging Bolt kind of replacing the Heatran on the Reg E Roman balance just
Yes,
like
yeah.
made that infinitely better. So that was like, yeah, it just jumped out to me, and I knew that it was going to be a strong team.
So in
All right.
Liverpool, Giuseppe Musicio, top player, used it to get top 32 with the exact version I think you used. Yeah, it's literally
Mm.
one-on-one with the same, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Michael, let's actually
exactly.
jump over to talking about yours, and then we'll bounce back to the other players who got like second and such. And so you ended
Yeah.
up picking the I would say this is probably now the most common version of Ting Dozo. And if it wasn't exactly the most
Wait,
common, it probably will end up becoming because you posted it and now there's a very easy, accessible pace for people to play with on Pokemon Showdown. So that said,
um,
yeah, you played Ting Dozo, Pow Knight, Gouger, Golden Go. What ended up leading you to pick this one?
First of all, I think gouging fire Tinglu with Clear Amulet will now rise up. I think I don't want to um say that too much, but like I influenced the meta again. Like I made the team report right today about the Elizabeth team, and
Yeah.
I queued up some games and I played against Elizabeth team. Maybe some people evade them themselves, but it was pretty interesting because
Yes,
apparently
yes.
I haven't played that much, but apparently that happened when I released the Iron Crown Regidrago team as well. So
Yes,
maybe I
it
should
does.
stop
You
doing
have
the
an influence.
report.
You have an influence, absolutely.
Um, I won't do that anymore. Easy. Matter solved. But yeah, I ended up on this team because there's a funny story to that. Um, I it is ridiculous, but I featured all regional winning teams, or also Kiran's team, funnily enough, on my YouTube channel. Actually, the second part will come up on Thursday. So one day after this, self ad, woo.
No,
But
that's totally chill.
I also did that on like Twitch, featuring like all winning teams with EVs. And then I was like, okay, I played against format, and we are now in Regulation F. I have not touched Regulation F in November at all. And I was like, damn, now I have to feature a team which did not win a regional. I am cooked. So I looked at Regulation F 1.0. What was the most prestige tournament? EUIC. And I was like, EUIC. Oh, second place, Tim Edwards. Japanese balance version. Like, very offensive Japanese balance, but Alex Gomez, Japanese balance. And then, like, here, Johan Reimakers used a Scott variant. Scott made a team report with EVs, so it would be redundant. And then I was like, oh, top 8? Tinglu Dondozo? Actually, Tinglu Dondozo was somewhat a common pick, right? So then I was like, top 8 EUIC, surely I should feature that from Davide Cauteruccio. So I featured that on my Twitch, or not on my Twitch, on my YouTube. And then on Saturday, I went to the hot springs with my family. And when I came back, it was 4:30, and the tournament was about to start at 5. And I was like, well, I have no team. I literally only have one team I can use for the tournament. And since I wanted to play the tournament, I was like, yeah, you know what? I will play with this.
Hmm.
It's not really good, I think, but we will see how it goes. And then on Sunday, I drove back home because I was at my parents' place, and I also decided to stream it. So if you're interested to like see games with it,
Definitely.
or also the exact pace, it's all available. Honestly, though, I still think the team is not that good. Disclaimer: there are just a lot of things you have no matchup into, or like it feels like you don't have a matchup into. I mean, I might just be bad, maybe, I don't know. But Among Us is such a pain. Like, you have no grass type, you have no like vital spirit, overcoat. If it was taunt Tinglu, okay, but you cannot just say, oh, I have gold angle, my Among Us issue is fixed. Especially if your gold angle doesn't have protect, your opponent just has Roaring Moon on the field, or like Ogre Half Flame next to Among Us, and then you're like, oh, wait a second. Oh, that's unfortunate. So yeah, and then if you take a look at my matches tab, how many Among Us I've played. It was pissing me off. I was like, okay, Among Us is common, but Ogapon is there. I should not face that many Among Us. Yeah, guess what? Every single round, I think, how many Among Us
8?
did I play in
I
VR?
think I counted
9.
8. Oh, did I maybe miss the first one? Maybe there was one of them at bottom.
Too
Yeah.
many. Too many. And also, yeah, Among Us is just such a big problem. Also, yeah, I lost to 2 Among Us. I lost to the Hyper Offense team because Glimora is also actually quite a problem. Like Terragrass, Glimora plus Urshifu Single Strike was tough to deal with. But other than that, if I didn't face Among Us, I had a good time. Like the Japanese balance matchup is amazing. And you know what's even more scuffed about my tournament one? It's the only reason I beat Terran, by the way, was he cooked me game 1, he cooked me game 2, and then he clicked Walk Slide with his Landorus. And if you take a look at his team sheet, it said Walk Tomb. And obviously, I lost game 2 so hard, and I was like, team sheet error. We talked about it before. Team sheet error. You cannot judge if somebody goes for the team sheet error. So I
Like I
he
said,
also
public
said like
execution. Public execution for team sheet errors.
exactly.
I'm sorry. It's the only way.
Yeah, so I took game 2, and then game 3 I cooked him, but I should have not won that set. But yeah, other than that, the team was all right, and the most ridiculous part about it is I have played one regulation set F before in game, and that was for my YouTube channel where I played against Teotime Masso, DDVGC first player in EU right now. And my win in for top cut was against Teotime Masso, running the same team he used in my YouTube video. I was running the same team I used in my YouTube video.
Oh,
So
wait,
it was
really?
a rematch. And
That's
it was
amazing.
kind of ridiculous because we also had insane turns there. I called him on a self U-turn, and then the self U-turn actually happened. Insane set. And yeah, overall, yeah, cannot complain. I'm really happy that I was able to beat like really strong players, mainly from Europe, like Komfan Khan in round 3, Terran Birdie in round 5, Teotime Masu round 12, Hoi in top 16, Yuta Ishigaki in top 8. So the tournament was actually quite stacked. So I'm happy with the result. But my recommendation is to not run the team the way it is. Maybe you should change stuff like taunt on the Tinglu over body press to have a better time into Among Us. But body press, I actually click body press quite often to finish like Ursa Luna Blood Moon, Urshifu Single Strike. And also, like if you only have Sandtube and Ruination, they are not that consistent. So having another attacking move is not
Yeah,
bad.
I was gonna ask, what was your accuracy like in the tournament? Because there was one time in the tournament that I clicked on your stream in between rounds, and you went for there was a D Knight. I can't remember if it was a there was something on the
Yeah,
other side. You missed scale shot,
I,
and then you Dondozo. You missed scale shot, then you missed Ruination. I was like, oh my god, bro, this can't be serious.
Yeah,
So
that was my round 11 game 3, and I was like, there's no way I catch him on the lead, and I think I clicked Santum scale shot, and I was like, okay, I win the game. I miss both, and then I'm like, I lose the game, and then I was still able to crawl back. But
I saw that, and I like
yeah,
clicked off the stream, and I was like, I can't watch this, man.
yeah, it
Suits.
was pain, especially
I-
like Dragon Knight. It's just Regulation H all over again. Scale shot is terrible, and Elizabeth also used scale shot. How like this is too much. Like a scale shot is a move which you just cannot miss. You're not allowed to miss scale shot, and if you miss it, you cry. And I cried a lot at that weekend. This team in general has too many moves, in my opinion. That
I was
can
gonna say
miss, like
just that.
yeah, Icicle Crash too. I think I did not miss a single Icicle Crash, but I also have not clicked it that much. But my heart always sank. I was like, oh, I have to click Icicle Crash, but I really don't want to. But honestly, I think Icicle Crash is just such a good move with a 30% flinch chance, and also having a non-contact move in a spiky shield meta is
Rocky Helmet
quite
too.
valuable. Yeah, Rocky Helmet as well.
Go ahead, Audie.
I do think that, you know, people complained a lot about the volatility in Reg H, and then you look at Reg F, and a lot of the teams like this one, Icicle Crash, Chen Pao, you mentioned the Dragonite. You mentioned Sandtomb and Runation on Tinglu. I think there's the Casino Glimora Chiyu team that I know I brought to a tournament last year and literally call it the Casino team because you just pray that you hit your moves and that's the entire that's your entire tournament. With Liquid, Meteor Beam, yeah, Heat Wave, Overheat, everything is just praying. So and then I think Luca was talking about it last week, where also the volatility and all the Sucker Punch and Thunderclap mind games as well on top of all of that. So
That was insane. And
Mhm.
sorry to cut you off, but like Sucker Punch and Thunderclap mind games, it does not define a good player. Honestly, like sorry to tell you, if you think you are good at Sucker Punch main games, good for you, but it doesn't make you a good player.
But
But yeah,
I did want to ask you about the Dragonite because this is a Pokemon that, like you said, not only you ran it, but also Elizabeth ran it. Also, Joe UX9 ran it on a very different team. This is obviously a set that we only really discovered in Regulation H, and now is seeing a
Mostly
lot
is,
of
yeah.
play in Regulation F. He got top 32. But yeah, I'm just curious. Do you like? I know you don't like the team that you actually used, but I'm curious if you think this Dragonite set will continue to see play as we move forward in Regulation F, and if it's good or not.
so some people use inner focus, some people use multi-scale, both phenomenal abilities, especially in an environment where Rillaboom Incineroar is on every second team, or like Incineroar Iron Hands, or I don't know, like Fake Out in general. Also cool against Icicle Crash if you go Terra Steel, by the way. But it's just really, really valuable if your team is otherwise weak to Intimidate. And Terra Steel, Iron Head plus Scale Shot, especially if you paired with sort of Win, which I think all of us did. No, Joe did not have Iron Head and also did not have Champ Power, but like
Yes.
Elizabeth had that, and I had that. And Dragon Steel coverage, it's just amazing into Raging Bolt, because if they Terra Steel Iron Head with either a Howl boost or with sort of Win can OKO Raging Bolt. And if they don't, Terra Ragers get cooked by Scale Shot. I mean, Dragon Steel is a coverage we've had in the past a lot. Dialga not that good anymore, by the way, but I think Dragon Steel coverage is just really, really strong. And also just having priority and extreme speed. So Dragonite is a Pokemon that also something that a lot of players do not value that enough, that Dragon types are low-key insane in this format, just because they resist all of Rillaboom's moves. They resist, like, knockoff from Incineroar does not really count, but Incineroar gets resisted. Ogerpon Wellspring gets resisted. Ogerpon Halfling gets resisted unless it runs like Play Rough. But there are a lot. Urshifu Rapid Strike gets resisted. Like, the Incineroar, Ogerpon Rapid Strike core, super common, super boring. But Dragonite resists all of that. And
Yeah.
not even like the coverage moves like Close Combat from Urshifu can hit it that well. Some people run Ice Spinner on Urshifu, interesting enough, for probably terrain reasons, but also for Dragonite reasons, because I remember in my matches against like Japanese Balance, Dragonite was insane, and that's just another thing I want to talk about in general. Dragon types and Dragon Terras are, I think, a little undervalued. And this is also why Gouging Fire was so good, because Gouging Fire could literally just sit there forever. I had endgames where my opponent had left Rillaboom, Halfname, and Incineroar. I had that against Yuta Ishigaki, I had that against Teotime Maso, and I was like, yeah, come on, touch my Gouging, touch my Gouging. Especially with Breaking Strike, they are not doing any damage. So
Right.
yeah, overall, Dragon type's really good, and this is also why I'm not surprised that Dragonite is a good pick in the current format.
Yeah,
Yeah, we both
especially
actually
with
ran double dragons.
both of these dragons resisting grass moves, which Ting Dozo as a strategy is very weak to. You have to be very careful of those grass moves. You can only Terra one of them. A Woodhammer coming your way can be quite scary. So, yeah, having Dragonite or Gouging Fire able to absorb those attacks when there's so many strong grass Pokemon between Rillaboom and the Ogerpons, it's very, very helpful. Absolutely. Just a lot of good synergy with this team. But yeah, it is also genuinely a bit of a casino team. Like, yeah, it's like this was what I was running at the end of Regulation F last time around. With slight variation. I think I just didn't have Golden Go. I had a Water Pond. But yeah, you really do have to hit some moves between Icicle Crash or Scale Shot or Sand Tomb,
Yeah.
Ruination.
Top
It's a
4,
bit.
I also missed a scale shot, and
Yes.
that cost me kind of a game. Like I would have probably lost regardless, but it just sealed the game in like turn 1 or turn 2. I missed scale shot. I was like, yep, cool. Like he knocked my Dragonite. First scale shot hits. I hit 2. Second scale shot misses, and I'm like, okay, GG, shake hands. um,
GG. Done.
but
You're done.
that's the game we play, so I'm not too upset about it.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
upset
this
about?
what?
Smeargle in finals!
Yeah,
Ah!
right? Smeargle's not supposed to be
This team
Not
was
just in
good.
already
finals.
so annoying to play against. Like, we do not need Smeagol on it.
Right.
Yeah, it does seem a
Um,
lot
Hearty
like the
calls
one we were
Smeagol.
looking at before, the Glamora team.
Yeah.
This type of stuff. Yeah, this team. It's funny because it had like a brief period at the beginning. I think we talked about this on the last hub take, so I won't spend too much time diving into this one. But had like a brief period at the beginning of the metagame where it was really strong. Then it fell off pretty heavily. And then I think it maybe ended off with like a single top 8 at like Orlando or something like that, doing well enough at the end with like one usage, and that was like surprising because people were like, "I thought this team was bad now."
I know
But
that in Utrecht, which was a little before EIC, the top team
yes,
also performed really well. But other than that, I also cannot recall good finishes.
yeah, and
Um,
so this one is
Stop
it feels like an
hating.
evolution of it almost. I mean, at least like another version, taking some of the stuff
Oh,
that
Stress
Kinagawa was
Commando.
using as well, maybe to
That's what
into
I was
play.
thinking. The
Um,
sharp beak
yeah, with
taunt
the
with the
you're
decoration.
right.
yeah. That's
Um,
I think that's just like it's very strong. Like Torn
It's
and
Smeargle is really good.
so yeah, I mean, I was trying this out in a coaching session. Just like made I don't know. I made everything slower than Smeargle with a little bit of bulk just to decorate them all, and it was like a lot of fun. Like just kind of insane how like bulky Chi Yu with decorates can go crazy. But yeah, it's still you gotta hit those moves. You gotta hit those bleak winds. I think the first game we played we missed overheat and then quad missed bleak wind. I'm not kidding. Like whatever it happens, but you play enough games and it'll happen. But it was just really funny because that'll just happen.
I, I played against that on stream today. Like one best of 3, they connected 14 out of 14 Bleakwind Storms
Yep.
and
Yep.
also got Spore sleep turns. And I was like, yeah, nice. Nothing I can do, I
You gotta
guess.
factor in Moody
Um,
too, because sometimes you get a speed boost
yeah.
and you're like, oh, I'm eating good. I'm eating good.
yeah. I
I think
really
if you're
like
So
good at
Sunny
mind
Day.
games, this team's like the best. Like, they can't cover fake out spore and decorate on one turn. It's not possible.
Yeah,
a hundred
it's
Like,
percent.
impossible.
Yeah,
I really like
that's not
I
even
can
Sunny
do.
Day.
counting
What do you
follow
mean?
me.
I got follow me on my water pond, and I cover all 3 of those. I
they
don't see the
fake
problem.
out the other slot, and you click
I
follow
faked
me, and then they like
Okay, that's fair.
Good own.
Nice.
Michael was just highlighting the sunny day, and I have to agree that's also really cool. Not only does it power up Chi-Yu and Bolt, it actually is really cool with Smeargle. We had a
Yeah, with
situation
Surging
come up
Strikes.
where you live
Yeah.
Surging Strikes with the Smeargle if Sunny Day is set up. And it's a bit of like a passive turn, like Sunny Day, just to be able to get off a Spore, but you could really ruin your opponent's momentum if they're expecting Urshifu to be their one-stop counter to a Smeargle. It's really funny.
Lily just
Yeah,
mentioned Wellspring Goldango is eating good tonight. Yeah, have fun leading your Wellspring Goldango into either Urshifu or Raging Bolt. Yeah,
even Chi
good job
Yu
on
is
you.
like not that bad into that because
you,
like then I just follow me
Yeah.
the Wellspring and these
Or
heat
you just
waves.
Sunny Day Heat Wave and
Yeah, you got this guy
win.
too. Yeah,
Um,
Chi Yu flutter, Chi Yu
The
flutter.
guy, the guy who got second place at the tournament had a losing record against Wellspring. So
Oh, okay,
oh,
okay, that's funny.
yeah.
Just dodged
okay.
all the
Or
Wellsprings for the
sorry,
most part.
no, that's not true. They played around 1 and 2, so technically they had a winning record against it. But I don't know if I count the one at rounds 1 and 2. But yeah, they lost. They one of
Polito.
their 2 of their losses, 2 of the 3 losses were to Wellspring teams, which
Sure.
is probably something to consider when you're using Smeargle on this style of team, because I think that Wellspring, especially with Terra Water, was already one of the better Pokemon into the casino team. And I think that, this probably exacerbates the weakness a little bit more because Glamora, I guess Glamora is probably about equally weak to it. So maybe not.
Mhm.
Right.
So
Yeah.
then the other top 4 team was the Crown
It's the Rock 2
Drago.
version. Yeah.
I
It's
I
like
played
okay.
this guy in Day 2 Swiss. Yeah,
yeah.
And
I
it was
really
fun.
also Fairy
People, you guys
Drago
were
and
talking shit
Bulky
about this
Crown.
team. I think this
This
team
team's
is still really good.
No, this
I
team
think
is good. No, I was talking shit about the Goldango balances. The
Big Mike
Goldango
Sturgeon.
balances stuck into Big Mike's
What does
team.
the Iron Crown team beat though? Like, it beats like
well,
I don't know. It can
Balance.
play into
I
everything, but like, what is it like beating? You know what I mean?
It
Let's have
beats
a
like
look.
instant Among Us balance teams with like not yours, I guess, according to
Nah,
you.
it's good for
But
me.
I played against Jude on ladder on Tuesday. At least he told me, and he meant he's like I don't know. He's ulting, I am not. But he said that I Omega destroyed him. So I think it beats like all kind of instant Among Us balances, which
Wait,
is
this
pretty
team?
cool.
That's
But
fair.
Kieran was saying that it's
Yeah,
good. Kieran was saying the
yeah.
opposite.
That's why
I
I'm
have
so
AV. I
surprised.
have AV Snarl Electroweb Raging Bolt. Like, it's not
Okay,
All
like
right, he
sure.
has
A little bit
hands,
different.
so
That
if
right.
they have that though, this team is so bad into Snarl E-Web Bolt like Terra Fairy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
I also struggled against Bold when I played with it, but it's still like I think bulky Iron Crown can still do a lot there. But
mhm.
yeah, I mean, all the balances without AV Bold just get cooked by Iron Crown Urshifu. Not the Regidrago. I think Regidrago is super fake. Regidrago is a bad Pokemon. You should just play another Dragon type on that slot, and then maybe another team in
I
general.
think Drago's
But
pretty good. I think
That's
Drago's pretty
fair.
nasty with it. Go ahead, Audie.
you gotta
I
force
I think that yeah,
fairy
so
thing.
much of the strength of this team is that every team has a Terra Fairy type, and steel coverage is just super underappreciated. There's not a ton of Pokemon that have steel coverage. It's really just Goldengo and Iron Crown right now, I think. And so the fact that Tachyon Cutter is
Iron
not only a
Heads,
good steel
yeah.
move, but also it goes through Chen Pao, which is one of the Pokemon you really want to hit with a steel type move. I think that makes like Iron Crown have a very particular niche in the metagame that very few other Pokemon can solve. The problem is you need to be able to force that Terra Fairy. And Regidrago is one of the Pokemon that does that more effectively than basically anything else. Like MDB said, I don't think it has to be Regidrago. I think any Dragon type that can force out Terra Fairies to let your Iron Crown sweep probably is good enough. But yeah, I definitely think that just because this metagame does not have a ton of steel type damage and Goldango usage is dropping, I just think that people are going to look for steel types to cover everyone using Terra Fairy because Terra Fairy is a very good defensive Terra. And this is just a great way to abuse that. So I really do think this has a strong place in the metagame, and different versions of this team like really overachieved over the course of this tournament.
I agree,
I
but one
Go
thing
ahead,
about
Michael.
the Regidrago I just want to finish is that if you think about it, like yes, you bait Terra Fairy, but if you bring Regidrago and Iron Crown, you really want to bring Indeedee, and then you bring like
Sure.
you have to bring Tornadus, right? If you bring Regidrago, you like maybe you need a Tailwind. You can also bring Halflame for like follow me support, but your board state is always bad. Like people expect they will have Regidrago and Iron Crown in Psychic Terrain in Tailwind with 3 turns Tailwind left. Regidrago full life, Iron Crown full life. Like, how are you going to set everything up? Like maybe if you play Baton Pass in DD, you can maybe set up all of that. But
Yo.
it looks cool on paper, but when you play with it, it is actually really underwhelming.
The one thing I will say about this team is that I think a lot of people do focus almost solely on the spread moves from these Pokemon or how Tachyon Cutter pairs with Dragon Energy. But I like that it also just has like Heartflame Ursh, which are two of like the strongest Pokemon paired together in the format. Like the team has double Follow Me, has Scarf Ursh. It has like a lot of like defensive tools available to it, and you know if you're Terra Fairying something, that's not the only way to punish something. Like if you Terra Fairy your Raging Bolt, it's not gonna love taking a +1 Ivy Cudgel from a Fire
Yeah.
Ogre Pond. So
Yeah.
there's and then
Also,
you're not
Surging
Psychic
Strikes
Terrain
from G2.
protected. Yeah, exactly. With
Yeah.
Psychic Terrain protecting it. So there's a couple of ways to trap your opponent with this team that aren't just the these two paired together or these two paired together, they can kind of cross between each other in a cool way that I think makes it quite annoying to play against at the very least. There's definitely some
Look,
things.
as long as
Yes.
this is the popular side spam team and not like hard trick room, I'm happy. Like,
Yeah.
I'd so much
I
rather play this
agree.
than Meagle,
I don't think
power band Urshifu, whatever, choice band min speed Urshifu. Like,
There
no.
there
I don't think it
were
did too
there were a
hot.
couple hard trick rooms that went 9-3. I was looking at the highest win rate Pokemon, and Smeargle was up there largely because of the hard trick room team on top of the one that got second place.
Wait, I didn't
Right.
see it, at least scanning. Am I missing it? Maybe
It was like
8-4.
undefeated after day
8-4.
one, I
Okay.
think.
4,
8
yeah.
fours. Okay. By the way, big shout outs to Corey Silfers, who you can see May Day 2 at number 96. Dude, the Day 2 started at, I think, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Dude immediately lost round 1 of Day 2, dropped, and showed up to the challenge that I was that started at noon Eastern Time. I played him in finals, and he was a good sport because I did kind of hack him out in finals. But
Oh my
shout out to
God.
that
I
guy.
would
so
do the
good.
same, honestly, but that's sick.
That's awesome.
That's funny.
While we're briefly looking at the metagame tab, I was just looking at it myself the other day just because I thought I wanted to look at specifically two Pokemon. The Pokemon that had the highest win rate for over 10 uses. I mean, Galar Zapdos is quite close at 9. And then the lowest win rate.
Moltres sucks without
Dude.
Shadow Rider.
Oh, this
No.
Moltres
No,
team
no.
is so cringe. They click T-Wave Fiery Wrath. It's T-Wave Fiery
Yes, they
Diverse one.
do. Yes,
they
T-Wave Fiery
do.
Wrath. T-Wave Fiery Wrath.
Michael was actually, I think, there when we played. That they don't just click that, Kieran. They also click
Rock
T-Wave
Slide.
Rock Slide.
Yeah, they also click Rock
That's what they did.
Slide.
That's what they try to do to me. That's what they try to do to me.
Yeah,
T-Wave Rock
yeah.
Slide.
I played against
Every
that
turn,
on
every
ladder
turn.
as well. At least I
Yes.
won, but it was.
Yeah, it's quite potent and quite funny running a very bulky Flutter Mane with Thunder Wave, just spamming that stuff. It's goofy. I don't know if Galar Moltres is going to have the broadest implications on all teams, but I do think that it's a decent pick in this metagame. I think it's a decent pick. And then
it's good into Landorus and everything that's good into Landorus. I mean, if one song had a niche, surely Galarian Moltres will also have one, right?
Now I want to throw it over to
And
you,
you're talking
Adi,
about
'cause the
mons that can
Pokemon-
force a Terra Fairy. Yeah, I think Galarian Moltres also can do that somewhat effectively if you want to run.
And the Pokemon that can punish
Maybe.
Terra Fairy. Perfect segue. Adi, go ahead and tell us about Okidogi. Because you're an Okidogi fan, aren't you? And it has the worst win rate of a Pokemon over 10 usage. Just 28 uses, 35 win rate.
Worst win rate. And so I think that Okidogi has
sorry,
not a single day too. It has the pretty unique trait of being maybe the single best mon into Japan Balance. And there was a great team report that was published. It's in Spanish on Skypillar. I want to give a shout out to them from Diego, who got top 8 at EUIC, and he published a team report now. People were asking him about the team. And I took that team to the challenge, and I wanted to test out because I want to test that Okidogi. I think it makes a lot of sense. It does do really well into the more balancey teams in the format. He has upper hand to block fake out, for example, as well. Now, what happened to me is I faced Psy Spam every single round of the challenge. And so Okidogi did not show up, except for in game 2 and 3 of finals against Corey, who was not bringing his Psy Spam mode and was I needed to end game his Urshifu. And so I actually Okidogi did win the tournament for me. But yeah, I just think that it's sort of like a Pokemon that had its moment in time. Now looking back at it, where against that Japan Balance team, if you expect to face Combined Terra Fairy Raging Bolt with double fake out, you're going to be very happy with the Okidogi. But in a metagame that is not dominated by that, where people are maybe clicking Breaking Swipe with their Landorus, or with their Gouging Fire, or they're clicking Earth Power with their Landorus, or Substitute with the Landorus, or they have an Acrobatics Roaring Moon, all these things. It's just there's so many things that it struggles with that unless you can expect to face that balanced team quite often, I think it is maybe going to lose its spot in the metagame.
Even against that team,
Go ahead,
just
Kieran.
gets Terrifier budgeled and Surging Strike.
Right.
Its speed tier is awkward.
Yeah,
It really
I played with
is hard to dodge at
Okidogi.
all.
Go ahead, Alex.
Yes. I was going to
Yeah.
say, it's just hard to cover all of those guys. But yeah, Michael, go ahead.
Now I played with Okidogi today, and I went 3-0 because my Okidogi Poison Jab poisoned everything. You should keep that in mind. Gunk Shot also has a 30% chance to poison, and it also crit every second move. I think Okidogi has that dog in him, because
does.
Oki Dog
Yes.
that
It's
was
okay.
bad. But the problem is it's probably a Terror Hawk. At least it feels like one to me.
Yeah.
And like if your Terror Hawk is not a Warring Moon or like a strong Pokemon, but Okidogi, then maybe not.
I
the
also
best
think my
choice,
beef with
unfortunately.
Okidogi being a Terra Hog is it sometimes is tearing for like the wrong reasons. It's tearing because it doesn't resist something instead of being weak to something, and that's like not the wrong reasons, I guess. But it's like it's annoying to Terra to resist surging strikes when like you're neutral to it, like
Exactly.
that. Like that's like,
Yeah.
I'm only taking half damage here. It feels really good to Terra your like Rock Arcanine into a type that resists surging strikes because you're like, all right, we're really reducing this damage. We're really turning it around. But when its base typing just doesn't give it a ton of resistances, it has some. It has some. Very good against Darker Shifu, as Hadi pointed out. That's a good matchup for it. But yeah, I think actually the most important thing that Adi highlighted is
Until
the
the
lack of
Terra
Japan
Poison
balance.
happens
The
on
lack of
Urshifu.
Japan balance because yeah, Calm Mind Raging Bolt, by the way, I don't think it has a single top cut. Yeah, you might be able to look at the exact person who is the highest seed that didn't make cut, and they are Calm Mind Raging Bolt. However, every single other one, and that includes Yuta's team, is not running Calm Mind Raging Bolt. I'm almost certain. And Yuta's team is just an Assault Vest. It's a cool team. I think this one's like
Are
a
all of them
boring
Assault Vest,
balanced.
or is
But
one of them Booster Energy? I think literally all of them are AV, which is fascinating.
You guys
Mhm.
want a
Um,
fun fact about
Yeah.
the tour? They made the placements, right, is based on just day 2 resistance.
oh yeah,
And this
Jude
wasn't
got
a
a
problem because
buy.
there was 15 people in cut, but if there was
Yeah.
like 10 people in cut, people would have been mad. Like people would have been mad.
Right. I
Oh my
remember,
gosh.
like, Jude, honestly, like, in the end, it's like whatever, but I remember that, like, Tommy VGC had like 6 players in top cut. Jude had like 2, like, close to that. And technically, Tommy had a way better resistance, but they used the old structure. I don't know why. So that only the day 2 resistance counted, and it was scuffed because I also had to face a bad matchup in top 16 then, and I was like, what did I do to this stuff? Yeah. Um, I think it's like not it didn't matter that much, right? I mean, in the end,
Right.
it is what it is.
But I think it's really
Yeah,
crazy that yeah, it just feels like Japan balance is like this boogeyman that everyone says like when we were talking about coming back to Regulation F, nobody could shut up about Calm Mind Raging Bolt. They're like, "Oh, we're going back to the Calm Mind Raging Bolt format." And then just seeing like, now that we're finally done with Regulation H, we have a money tour, and Calm Mind Raging Bolt technically doesn't make the cut. It will absolutely make the cut of the next tournament.
No,
I
it
think it even
won't.
won the most
Trust
recent
me.
Victory Road tournament. Okay, yeah, but maybe it's completely canceled and done, and then it's never gonna win
people
again.
realized they had free will and didn't have to play Raging Bolt Mirrors.
Now, I think
So
why
true.
people have such bad implications about Comment Raging Bolt is that EUIC featured, I think, 4 Raging Bolt mirrors on stream. Like, that is the most painful part. Playing Raging Bolt mirrors, but like, if you play Raging Bolt Balance against a normal-ish team, it can actually be entertaining.
hmm I did win one thing in person, by the way, Aquamarine. I think it was in Latin America, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I have my list here. It won
Goiânia.
Pedro Suarez, Fialdini, Goiânia, yeah.
Yeah. So this one
Yeah.
technically that's a live tournament win. So not technically, it is. So if you,
Yeah.
anyways, let's finish going through the
I
rest.
also just think that
Yes.
there's people maybe are almost like overcompensating for it immediately after winning VR and being the boogeyman of the
Yeah.
format. So like for example, for regular AF usage is twice what it was at UIC at this Milan tour.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, it's just like, oh, like everyone's running Terra Fairy now. And like I said, I think the teams that can effectively punish Terra Fairy are doing quite well. But it's one of those things where the metagame is always cyclical, and people who are ahead of the metagame, I guess, tend to do a little better than people who aren't.
hmm
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly
I-
speaking, about the top cut, by the way, I think the most promising team, and like not out of the top four, but like in like the lower ranks, is probably Elizabeth's, right? At
yeah,
least
it
for
looks
me.
really cool. It looks really,
Mhm.
really cool.
Um,
I was
it
thinking about it,
is.
or maybe seeing it in action. I don't really remember. But yeah, the fact that you can howl or technically coaching for this clear amulet Ting Lu, it really got me thinking. Um, what, Michael? What are you? What's the issue?
I played like 5 sets today with the team on stream, and this Tinglu is on another level. Like clear amulet,
Yes,
tower poison Tinglu with these moves and howl support,
and
hospitality
Sinistra.
support, coaching support, sort of wind support, or just earthquaking next to Dragonite. Like all your Pokemon somehow boost Tinglu's value, and this Tinglu has been insane.
Yeah,
Honestly, insane.
yeah. I think what I like about this Ting Lu, and what I think it is really showing me, is like this these strategies, these coaching or howl strategies. They often like to find themselves paired with a Pokemon that counters Intimidate, like King Gambit or Okidogi, because Intimidate will really slow you down. But I just don't think that those Pokemon are feeling the strongest in the current metagame, and you feel like a little bit pigeonholed trying to use those guys to take advantage of this strategy. When Clear Amulet as an item kinda does enough of that aspect, like, you're still very good into Intimidate and Incineroar if it can't parting shot you or intimidate you, thanks to the Clear Amulet. And so I think that Clear Amulet is the real coolest solution to this problem of like Intimidate being cycled in and out, when you can just put all these boosts on a guy that doesn't care about it, but also doesn't have the weaknesses that an Okidogi or King Gambit might have. And Ting Lu, it's just so unkillable. I love this guy. This Pokemon's so fun.
There's also Defiant, by the way, still on the team, which
Oh,
is
you're right. There is a
not
Gyaptos. There is a
best
Gyaptos. It has
Defiant.
both. It has both.
Yeah,
But
but
in
like
a
the
vacuum, I think
Tinglu,
Gyaptos is
that's
kind of a
fun.
bad Pokemon. Genuinely, like I don't think it's
It
actually
is.
that
I
good.
only used it to. Yeah, funny thing. I only used it to coach my Tinglu or Brave Bird opposing Galarian Zapdos in the mirror. This is the only case where I used Galarian Zapdos. So yeah,
Yeah.
fun Pokemon, I guess.
Oh, you can't be breaking swiped as well with Clear Amulet. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a
Any other teams
like
that need to be highlighted?
sorry, I have to highlight that this Tinglu beats Japanese balance alone. It beats here gouging fire teams, like opposing gouging fire teams alone. It beats everything alone. Like, please, why does this exist?
It's so cool. It's so cool. I mean, it's really not that toxically strong, if anything. Like I mean, how bad is a 45 base speed Pokemon with like 6 weaknesses going to be for you? You'll figure out something.
I
Right.
played a game on that with like I was just testing like bulk balance yesterday. And I versed Ting Lu and I clicked like Terrifier, Ivy Cudgel, and Mystic Surgings and it lived. And I'm like, this mon is so dumb, man. Like, yeah, this mon's actually
Yes,
fast.
yes,
Yeah.
I love Tinglu. It's
Why do
so
you know it?
good.
As long as it doesn't have Fissure, I'm good with it.
You
I
can't
think.
Okay,
kill
yeah,
it. You
no, no,
can't kill it.
no. I want to be clicking Earthquake with it, Michael. I'll show you. This is I've still not been able to come down from the high of this. Oh no, I have to go to 2023.
Wait, I'm excited
Um,
now. What
I
you're
already
showing
showed
me.
this on Subjects like literally
You've
2
heard
weeks
him talk
ago.
about this team plenty of times. Don't worry.
It's
Oh,
so good,
it's
dude.
the Orthworm team.
I
It
just
was
want to
really
click
cool
Earthquake
back
with
then.
Ting Lu, and this team gets to click Earthquake with Ting Lu. Sadly, I'll find a way to fit Earthworm on the team. One of these Pokemon can definitely go for Earthworm. We'll get him in there.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
replace Dragonite. Like Terra Steel Dragonite technically is Orthworm.
Yeah, that's
so
just
you
an
could
Earthworm, but
save it.
worse. It's just an Earthworm, but worse.
But you
100%.
get
The point
you
of
get the
Orthworm
shed
was to
tail
give the
into the
drop.
multi-scale. You gotta get the shed tail into the
Yes. Yeah, no, it's actually my favorite part is shed tailing to multi-scale. That part was kind of necessary.
So
Um,
you have to drop Sinistra or something. I don't know. You
one
would
Drop
other
the
get
team that I
Gyaptus.
don't
Who needs it?
really. So
coaching.
I think one last team I think in the top cut that needs to be highlighted, even though I would rather not highlight it. And I wanted to ask Michael if you had any more insight on it, because Evelyn Ackerman was like, a lot of us were looking at it like, who is Evelyn? Is this somebody playing on an alt? I heard that maybe
I can tell who that is because they also said that it is the NAIC senior champ Brazilian player A Hollow. Their real name is, you guys know, right?
I don't actually know. No.
Isaac Moreira.
That's right.
Okay.
So yeah,
Gosh.
they played Dondozo back then as well, and I have the insight why they decided to alt. Like I also chatted with them a little. So they wanted to alt to not reveal what they are using, but then they made day two, and they were like, okay, I guess I'm streaming this day two because it doesn't hurt. They wanted to have like VOD review, and I was like, well, you can also have VOD review without streaming, by the way. You can
Yeah, that's true.
record
That's
for yourself.
true.
But that was like the main argument. And then they streamed their matches. Yeah, the reason why they altered was just the reason they altered is because of the reason they altered. Like, why do you alt to hide your identity?
Yeah.
But after they started streaming, everybody was like, why did you alt to begin with? But their plans
Yes.
changed after the day one. But yeah, I'm not like you guys know that I never alt, and
Yes.
I do not hate if people alt. Like I understand the reasoning, and I also think that it's not a stupid decision. Like it's probably smart, but I would never alt myself. Like it's so funny that I also played a regional before Stuka. I played like 20 sets on ladder with the team I also ended up using. I think alting is not needed. I mean, I can prove it, and I don't want to be cocky about it, but I honestly think that alting is not needed, but I understand why people do it.
Right. No, I think that there's honestly success stories on both sides of somebody keeping something under wraps for a long time. I mean, we have like Wolf with EUIC, winning earlier this year where he played the GC on an alternate account, and then ended up winning with that. But then there's like a number of people, like I know that James Evans, also a very successful player, usually just plays on the King Villager on Pokemon Showdown, and you'll play against him with his team that he's going to bring to the regional, and then he'll get top cut at the regional. So like, it doesn't really, there's not one right answer 100%.
To be fair, you gotta imagine that even if you alt, if you want to keep something under wraps, I still cannot believe that nobody figured out that the Parish guy in the GC could be Wolf. At this point, everybody says like, "Oh, this guy is Wolf, this guy is Wolf, this guy is Wolf." That is also pissing me off a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it's also pissing him off. It's pissing everyone off, but still, people do that. I don't know why.
It's true.
But technically, I think if you don't alt and you have the source, but you use the source publicly, I think there's always the risk of that getting leaked. So
100%, 100%. Yeah, you have to be careful with it. Okay, so bringing it back to why I highlighted this team is just that Dondozo Tatsugiri, Dozo Ting is a fine enough archetype. You did very well with it, and I can go the distance. But Dozo Giri was really struggling after the first regional, I feel, where Choppa and his squad was using a version of it, and then I think some people ended up sticking with that for the rest of the format. But and then like there might have been some versions that used like Tornadus and Dark Ursh or something like that. But basically, I would not be surprised if all the Dozo Giri fanboys who were like, "Oh, we have nowhere to start for Regulation F that's so cooked," and they're like, "Oh, we're so back. Here's the team that we're going to use to build off of, and this is going to be the building blocks," is building around Weezing. It's a bit of a different direction than what we were seeing before. So I think that this could be the Dozo Giri team to kick off Regulation F 2.0, basically.
Really hope it won't, because I
Of
remember
course, I hate this
was in
stuff to death.
now, the thing is, I was in Stuttgart, and all the you cannot imagine that Victor Jimenez Coll and Kalk VGC, Kalk VGC, Marcus Co, they told me that in Reg F they are not 100%. They said 100% they are not playing Dozo, and I was like, I don't believe you until I see it.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him at all.
Now this Dozo team made top 16, and I'm like, Victor, if you don't go back to your promise, we are not friends anymore. But yeah.
That's why I'm just not friends with any Dozo Giri players. I'm sorry, Choppa. It has to be this way. Yeah. They will tell you one thing. They'll say it's so cooked. The team could not possibly be worse. And then they'll bring it because actually they've just been downplaying it the whole time. It's the time.
Exactly.
All right, yeah, I think that's probably it for the teams in the top cut to highlight. Were there any other like really crazy standout ones from day 2 that we should mention before we finish up this episode?
With Sneasler, I
Um,
guess.
There was a
I
Sneasler. There was a
Oh,
Lumberry Sneasler.
the swagger Lumberry. I
Wide
personally
lens,
don't
dude.
like.
We ain't missing.
Kieran,
We ain't...
Kieran, do you think
Yeah.
Lumberry is better than Mirror
That's a good question, actually. I think it's better because
Oh.
you get other use out of Mirror Herb as well. That's a good
Yeah, and
question. I don't
Lumberry's
know.
good in the Dire Claw mirror. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Terra
that's a good
Rock
point, actually. I didn't
as
think about
well.
that.
I didn't think about that
Um,
either.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Other than that,
let's
the
see.
day 2 looked pretty standard. We had like some good Moltres. I mean,
Some
you-
Sun
we
teams as
talked
well.
about
We'll
it
have to
before.
see if Sun makes a good showing for itself. I don't think Shun was incredible. Sun was incredible
Yeah.
in last Reg app, I believe. I don't think it had a lot of strong runs. And honestly, the thing that scares me the most about Sun is if I ever bring a Torkoal and you bring a Hearthflame or a Raging Bolt on your team, I'm gonna be like, what am I doing? Like, why did I do this
Right,
to
what are we
myself?
doing?
However, I'd be happy to bring my
71st.
Torkoal against you, Kiran, so that your Roaring Moon doesn't get to eat its booster energy.
True, half powered
Acrobatics, yeah, with
Yeah.
weak acrobatics.
Right.
71st, by the way, had a like H team, and it's
Yeah, we did.
it's
Was that the?
Oh, I saw this.
Yes,
one.
I saw this one as well. They just took.
It's literally Luca's team with one different one.
Yeah, they
it's
just like I made it better. I made it
over-
better.
over
Instant.
instant. Smeagol over instant. Like, what do you mean you made it better?
Also, why is it
What's
a
awesome
berry
is that they
berry?
went 7-1 in day 1, and then they just went 0-3 drop in day 2. It was so sad. I was like, I saw this after day 1, and I was like, wait a minute, they're just using a Rag H team. They're cooking, and then they so sad. So sad that it didn't end up working out in the second.
Do you guys
one,
know
but
why
that's
it's the
so...
berry berry? Like, is that Ironhead Dragonite? Is that like I don't know? Why is it?
Well, it was for Golden Go.
It's-
They probably just didn't change it from the
Right.
previous.
I
Like,
think they just took Yuma's Whimsicott or something. That's
yes,
crazy.
100%.
There was also a 7-1 Metagross. No, it was 7-2.
Yeah,
and then
it went
they
7-2. It won its first
Yeah.
round of day 2 and then dropped.
Whoa, that's
That's-
sus. That's sus. Hold
They-
on.
They said, "Hey, I got you know how you wanted to
Nice.
pin Terra Fairy types with your Tachyon cutter? What if we used a Metagross instead to pin the fairy types?"
Michael, I'm
for
guessing you're
Dragon?
screaming about this. Is this what you're mad about?
No, like Ironhead like makes sense, right? Because Heavy Slam is bad into
Raging
Raging
Bolt,
Bolt.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's
also
fair.
Warring Moon, funnily enough, because Warring Moon is a fat ass. But well, what I'm screaming about is Ally Switch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Reggie Drago again.
Yes.
But
Well, it's to pair with the Metagross. It's to pair with the
The
Metagross.
Metagross is on the
So,
team
you-
because it's the Reggie Drago team.
Not,
Yeah.
I think it's Reggie Drago because of Metagross. What about that way?
It could be. It,
Mm.
it really could be. Makes you think.
But yeah, other than that, unfortunately, not that many super interesting teams. But
Yeah, we got Victory Road this coming weekend, so that one's also going to bring out a lot of strong players, and we I mean we're going to continue to see a lot of people just filling their holiday boredom with playing VGC and developing the metagame, because what else are we going to do when there's no tournaments in December? Everyone's just going to be trying to cook up something.
I have a question
But-
for you guys. Actually,
Yeah,
a really good question to wrap the matter up. I think, like, what do you think? Is Burning Bulwark or Protect better on gouging? That's
Protect. I'm Protect. But I also play Amoongus, so and Incineroar, so I'm a bit biased. But I
Right,
would much
right.
rather play Burning Bulwark.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think Protect might be a little bit stronger right now. I've seen Burning Bulwark pull off some funny stuff. I also think it depends slightly on the team. I think it annoys me a little bit that it's technically anti-synergy with like the Yawn stuff. Not that it comes up that often. And usually if something gets hit by Burning Bulwark, they're a physical attacker that you'd be happy to be burning anyways. That's usually pretty game ruining for them. But
yeah.
there's too many moves that go through Protect, whether it's Taunt or Thunder Wave or Spore or Parting Shot, that I feel like I would probably pick Protect
Surging
at
Strikes.
this point.
Surging
Strikes, that does
is a
that.
good
That's
one.
true. That's true. It should burn. It should
Now,
burn.
I-
Like do the damage, but get burnt. Come on.
Oh, right.
If it
Right,
did that, then
yeah.
it would be broken. Like
It
everyone
would be
would run it.
broken. Everyone would run it.
You know why I
They-
would...
they keep-
Go ahead, Adi.
I like they keep power. They normally they try to power creep things when they give them signature moves like brand new Pokemon. I don't know why they didn't power creep this one to avoid Surging Strikes. It would have been great.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Why I asked the question. When I played my team, like the Tinglu Dozo team, I was so happy to have Protect instead of Burning Bulwark. But when I played the Elizabeth team today, and I was so happy that I had Burning Bulwark instead of Protect. It's
interesting.
literally just a flip at this point.
It can,
But maybe
it can be
the
really
team has
tough.
probably.
I've tested
I
both.
just
and,
I'm not
yeah.
sure like if I am playing against a Gouging Fire, I have a Rillaboom on field, I am probably more likely to fake out the Gouging Fire if I see Protective or Burning Bulwark. But otherwise, I don't think my play changes that much outside of clicking Spore, clicking Taunt, those type of things, right? And so I do think that
Yeah.
Protect is probably better, just because I think the use cases where, like, I don't know how many physical moves are actually being, like, physical contact moves are being clicked into Gouging Fire, especially now that people are generally trying to avoid using physical contact moves with Pokemon like Chen Pao.
Yeah, also take a look
mhm.
at like Rillaboom against Elizabeth's team. Yeah, thank you for bringing Rillaboom into Dragonite GM-Pow Zapdos
Right, it's always that
helmets
way,
in his
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Also,
like,
with
yeah.
you
Good.
go. Sorry.
No, you can. I finished.
Kieran.
I was gonna say with Burning Bulwark, people just like will read you to Burning Bulwark, and like if it's a 1v1 attack, they're like right slot or left slot or whatever, and then you're just gonna get tilted. Like just I think
That's
Protect's better.
funny. Yeah.
It's just also interesting because I got so many questions when I revealed my team with Protect. I was like, "Are you stupid? Why you want Protect over Burning
You're
Bulwark?" And I'm
so
like,
stupid.
"Oh, I'm so dumb. Why could I not figure out that Burning Bulwark is better?"
Yeah.
Why didn't you use the Pokemon signature move? It's the signature move. That means it's good. You have to use it.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for Twin Beam Farigiraf again to OKO Urshifu Rapid Strike because they will go back to Sash, surely, right? Copium?
So I think that's gonna do it for this episode of Tub Takes. Thank you both for being on. Actually, Adi and I are chilling in our very comfortable US time zone. Michael is up very late, Kiran up very early. Thank you both for making this work for you.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having me on. Yeah. Was
Appreciate
fun.
that. Yeah,
Thank you for-
we're this will be uploaded onto YouTube tomorrow. So if you caught the end of it but you didn't catch the beginning, it's going to be on Adi's YouTube channel, linked there, CK49VGC. And with that, I guess we'll figure out who we're going to throw the raid over to. Adi, I think I saw Ryan Sableye. He's streaming some Rag F,
Everybody's
but
streaming
everybody
Legends
else is
CA.
streaming the new DLC just dropped in the middle of this. And so like I saw like
It's true.
Compo, Moxie
And I'm
boosted.
sad we don't have the stats for the new Megas yet. I really want to know if Mega Chimecho is good or
We
not.
need them now. Get on
Next
it.
week. Guys, subscribe. You got to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can check it out next week when we talk about whether Mega Chimecho is good or not.
Yes,
I
true,
believe.
true.
I still believe. Wait,
All
Kiran,
right.
are you a Mega Chimecho believer?
I'm a believer. I love Mega
Let's
Chimecho. But it's
Yes.
gonna come down to the ability, guys. That's what it's gonna come down to. Like, and we're not
Right.
gonna know until
Yeah, that's the
champions.
real. These stats
Play
mean
the
nothing when we
ability.
don't have our abilities. We need these abilities so badly.
Because I don't think its stats are gonna be very impressive. Like, people are gonna like not. think
Trust
it's
me, it
good
will
straight
lose
away.
70 attack, which means it gets 170 stats. Or maybe
Yeah,
it loses
true.
50 speed
True.
as well. So it gets 220 stats. And it's a Trick Room Sweeper, I believe.
No, I already said
believe.
it's going to have it's going to make it so sound moves don't hit your partners, and also when they hit your opponents, they're going to confuse your opponents. So it's going to be the perfect parry song Pokemon.
Yes, I love that broken one.
And
That
it also
broken one
traps
sounds
them,
so
right?
G-shit.
It also has
And also
attack
traps
as like
them, man. It
innate
also
Oh,
traps
that's
them.
too much. You got to run a Gothitelle. Sorry, you don't get Mega Gengar on this one. It's a pick.
It gets Unseen Fist as well, just as another ability.
I'm chill with that.
Why not?
Chimecho deserves.
As one, Chimecho.
No, you're thinking of Mega Lucario that gets Unseen Fist. That's what we decided.
We did say that.
That'd be
All right,
good.
I gotta
We will
I gotta
see.
wrap it up somewhere. So I'm gonna cut it
Yeah.
there. We'll figure out who we're gonna throw the stream over to. But thank you guys. Have a good one. Peace out, peeps. Later.
Take care.